Salute, MobTube. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you guys for waiting. I apologize. My guest was having trouble figuring out how to add himself to the stream, and it didn't work out, but he's going to do it over the phone with us, and this should be good. I have a lot of questions for him. He is a Queens-based attorney. His name is Elio Forcina, and we're going to talk a little bit about, MobTube, these shows that are on, some of these shows being hosted by active informants, and what his take is on these shows and the legal ramifications. So let me welcome Elio Forcina.
How you doing, Fat Bald Sicilian? How's everything?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good. What part of Sicily is your family from?
That's the one issue I have. My mother's side is from Naples. My father's side, though, as far as Sicily, he left when I was young. My grandfather died when I was young. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly where in Sicily, but my father was 100% Sicilian.
They say who the troll is.
What the fuck? I don't know what happened. Hang on, guys. Hello? Hello?
Hey, I'm sorry about that.
All right, no problem.
Yes. Am I on?
Yeah, you're on now.
There was a mobster called Vinny Aspirin because he, when the mob had a headache, he took care of it.
Yeah.
I'm being, tonight I'm not being aspirin. Tonight I'm being a headache. We spent 40 minutes trying to get me on, and I couldn't figure out the technology. So tonight I was the Fat Bald Sicilian's headache when I should have been your aspirin.
Oh, that's
my
all right.
apology to you.
It's all right. No problem at all. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about your the law you practice? And
yeah, I'm from Queens, New York. I was in the Marine Corps. After the Marine Corps, I was in the infantry, and then after that, I worked for the state assembly as an aide for 7 years, and then I became a lawyer about 19 years ago. Basically, civil litigation in federal and state courts.
Okay.
I have a law partner, Gerard Maroney, who actually does a lot of criminal law, but I always focused on the civil litigation end of it.
Yeah, it's understandable. So I want to start talking about, like we spoke about before the show, these shows that are on what I call MobTube. The mob guys and guys like me who are just really nobodies who have an opinion. And I want to get your opinion on those shows and what you think the legal ramifications of these shows might be.
Well, there's a lot of defamation. And defamation, the defense of defamation is truth, but they're all lying. There's so many liars on the internet. There's so many people that make themselves bigger than what they were. There's so many people that fabricate stories about people on the streets. They interject themselves into things, and it's a lie. But when you say a lie that damages another person, there could be a monetary value. For example, take John Panisi. Him and the NBA can say something. It could be a lie, and then somebody loses their job over it, or loses a state contract over it, and that is what you call defamation. It's going on. It's reckless. It's out of control, and people should not lie about other people. And I think you're going to see defamation lawsuits coming down because they're basically the bashing of non-public figures. People are being bashed that are not famous. And then, I think from a defamation aspect, you're going to see a lot of litigation, especially with the individuals that are working on it. Now, when I see these shows, a lot of these individuals are narcissists, crazy. They think they're above the law because they have federal handlers. They did horrible, horrible things in their life, and they got away with it, and they think they can get away with everything else.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, whether you're in Texas, whether you are in Far Rockaway, whether you are in New Jersey, There is minimum contacts with the Southern District, Eastern District of New York, people that are being bashed, and lawsuits are going to happen. It's not if, it's when.
Yeah. Well, since you mentioned him, I was going to ask you about him actually. What's your opinion on Panisi and the fact that there's an active informant on YouTube?
Well, John Panisse is very, very difficult for me to talk about because as a lawyer, I'm supposed to be impartial.
Yeah.
Or as a fan of the show, I'm supposed to be impartial. But I'm not impartial against him because I grew up in Glendale. I knew Robbie Cooper. Robbie Cooper was the young man that passed away, I believe, in 1989.
Yeah.
When I was in the Marines, I received a letter that told me the whole story. I knew the girl, and that was the girlfriend of John Panisi. I knew the whole family. I grew up with them. They were the sweetest, salt of the earth people. And I saw the damage that occurred in Glendale because of John Panisi's cowardness. What happened was, I believe they all went to Franklin K. High School.
Yeah.
And there was a young woman, I do not want to say her name, because unlike the Button Man and John Panisi, I don't talk about non-public figures. And I think it's wrong. You got to protect their privacy. And but there was a young woman, and the facts underlying, in terms of she was going out with Panisi or going out with Robbie Cooper, whatever it is, they both like the same girl. And on 80th Street in Myrtle, the kid Robbie Cooper was not a street guy, not a gangster. Glendale was more of a German neighborhood. He was a sweet kid with a bright future ahead of him. Never committed a crime. And John Panisi was in the house with the young woman who is a sweetheart, and the whole family are great, law-abiding, nice, awesome, like the best kind of Americans you'd ever want to know.
Yeah.
And they were scarred for the rest of their life based on the conduct of John Panisi, based on his cowardness, and I'll explain why. Robbie Cooper went and banged on the door to speak to the girl. I heard from multiple sources, this went through all of Glendale, this is what the rumor was, that he was scared to come out. Now, John Panisi is supposed to be a Howard Beach guy, Ozone Park guy, supposed to be a wannabe street guy. He says in his show that he started out in the Gambinos, which is not true, and we'll get back to that afterwards. Yeah. So why didn't he get out and just talk to the Robbie Cooper, who's an innocent guy, not a street guy, and just say, hey, we have a problem with the same girl, or whatever. Instead, he called up a guy, I believe his name was Mikey Boxer. This is the rumor that flew through the neighborhood. And he, in a panic, in a frightened, scared, afraid state, he thought he was in danger. And it sounded almost like paranoid because this guy was harmless. And he went and picked him up in a car. Now, these are Ozone Park, Howard Beach Italian kids. Glendale's more of a German area. And it doesn't have the same, back then at least, it doesn't have the same organized crime type of element that other communities do. They didn't. Glendale didn't have celebrity gangsters like Howard Beach did.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that type of neighborhood. So these kids came down, and the young man was shot innocently and died, and he passed away. And the damage that happened was just tremendous. If the NBA can go to Glendale and see what happened. In fact, I went on a trip in Vermont with a young woman from Glendale. It wasn't the girl from Controversy. It was just a childhood friend of Robbie Cooper. And she was crying the whole trip because she was talking about him. And Robbie Cooper's parents were beautiful people. They didn't deserve, that boy did not deserve to die. If John Panisi just came out and talked to him, this wouldn't have happened. But a young man lost his life over an over-exaggeration. Listen, a fat bald Sicilian.
Yeah.
Say, for example, you're 20 years old.
Yeah.
And you have a girlfriend. And a neighborhood kid likes the same girl and is banging on the door. Wouldn't you just get out and talk to the guy? Or like a coward, would you panic and call your Howard Beach, Ozone Park friend to come with a pistol? Who the hell brings a pistol against Robbie Cooper? That's disgraceful.
No, and just as a man, if nothing else, just to protect her from whoever it might be, I would go out and confront him.
And the whole family, the whole neighborhood the whole community of Glendale was scarred and damaged by that selfish, cowardly act. And the fact, I believe the father of the young woman had to go in the ambulance and witness him pass away. It was very big news. So yes, I'm impartial towards John Panisi. But from what I saw of his show, not a big fan. They seem to be bashing a lot of people. They seem to be making up stories about everyone he's ever met in the streets, and or telling stories that may have been confidential. And I don't believe in that. I think it's wrong. Listen, that Paul Sicilian.
Yeah.
Me and you go out for a drink in Queens. We hang out and talk. 5 years later, you're going to tell the same story on the internet in the private conversations we have. What kind of amenities? It's sad. It is really sad. And the narcissism of these informants to go out there and do that with no empathy for the people they're talking about is just wrong. And then I see a lot of people say that because, he's talking about mobsters and gangsters. That's Italian discrimination. That you won't give them the same respect that you give other people. An average person you wouldn't bash on the internet. Because they may be labeled an organized crime member or a street guy, that means you get to bash them on the internet. Who cares? That kind of Italian discrimination is why the mob was formed in the first place.
Yeah, I know.
The NBA conducts himself like he has no respect for the people he's talking about. Because they're mobsters. Who says there's mobsters? John Panisi? It's outrageous. The guy who believes that African American guys were chasing him in a delusion. It's just so wrong. So yeah, I'm very partial, and I'm sorry, I'm very prejudiced against the John Panisi NBA show. Coming from Glendale and seeing firsthand the damage that man did, he should just. If he doesn't belong in jail, he belongs in a monastery doing repentance, not being a peacock on the internet and bashing hundreds of people. And then the individual, the button man, the NBA, he's a collaborator with that, and it's just very grotesque and ghastly on many levels.
Yeah. Do you want to talk real quick about what caused his paranoia and making him think that he was going to get killed and why he flipped?
Well, from what I saw on the internet, and from what I haven't read the case, but many people in New York City, and many attorneys follow the case because of the whole Prifel case, and many street guys talk about it, and many people that are mob fans talk about it. It is a hot topic because it's one of the latest indictments, and John Panisi is trying to be an internet celebrity. Yeah. Everyone who's from Queens or New York City seems to say that John Panisi was paranoid, that he was afraid. If the mob was going to kill you, they would kill you. He says lay on him. I just believe that, I have no proof of it, but I believe he was just paranoid, and that it may have been a delusion. Now, as for the thing where he said his grandmother came and spoke to him and all that type of stuff, I mean, listen, I'm not an expert in theology and spirituality, but it's it is interesting that he says his grandmother said, "Go be a cooperator." It's just very, very interesting. It actually came back from the supernatural. Yeah,
I know. It's one of the craziest parts of his story.
Yes.
All right. So next, I'll ask you about. I have to ask. I know there's issues here, but A-Light, John A-Light, his show.
I was in litigation against John A-Light. I'd rather not speak about him because of legal purposes.
Understood. How about Gene Borello?
Gene Borello. Okay, he's from Queens, like myself. I actually read his book. I was very disappointed. It looked like it wasn't really done sophisticated, and it was like on a 5th grade level. I guess if he wants to appeal to those kids he hangs out with on the internet with the backward hats and the pants falling down that are illiterate, maybe they'll be able to read the book. It's more sophisticated. It wasn't as sophisticated as a book in terms of reading. It didn't flow too well, and it was all over the place. One thing I didn't like about the book, I knew one of the individuals in the book, the young man named Chris. I met him quite a few times, and that's the one he was having the beef with.
Yeah.
It looked like, to the average person, it's just a beef among Howard Beef's young guys. But he makes it sound like it's the Castellamari War, or it's the Joe Gallo War, or that he's Russell Buffalino and the other guy is Carlo Gambino. Meanwhile, they're just young kids in Hell Beast that had a beef.
Yeah.
You know, so I wasn't. I zipped through it really quick. The book. I wasn't very fond of it. What I didn't like was on the cover of it. He has two individuals. One of them, I believe, is Vinny Asaro. The other one I didn't recognize, but I can guess who it was. He was using the likeness of an individual for commercial purposes. So I don't know if they were compensated. I don't know what, but I think that's wrong to use the likeness of someone without their permission, you know, for commercial purposes.
You talking about Ronnie G?
That's probably who the guy was on the bottom. Yes, but I don't know what he looks like in real life, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so seeing that, and so yeah, and the book, it's an over dramatization. It's an exaggeration, and in the book they say they're gonna murder this, murder that. Nobody gets killed. It's all him doing hyperbole. It's all exaggerations.
Yeah.
And there's one thing I didn't like two things I don't like about the book. The first part was he says the author, who's his friend, who's doing business with him, is not being fair to the readers because he says to him, he writes that it's clear that he's not a rat. What kind of honest author are you? He is a rat. He should just embrace who he is and just admit it. Whatever reason, whatever made him fall into that situation, it happened. That's what it is. To try to use that narrative, but he wasn't a rat, it sounds absurd. It's more, and that's what they do on the internet. It's goofy. It's an insult to the reader. That was, and then another part I didn't like is at the end. He said that he told the U.S. attorney, in sum and substance, that he recommended that Ronnie should get X amount of years, right?
Yeah.
And then he said the years came out, so they must have listened to him. Who is this rat to recommend to a U.S. attorney how much? That's how arrogant they become.
He really
Not
said
only are they
that?
getting away with crimes, but they sit and they feel comfortable with U.S. attorneys and FBI agents, and all of a sudden they're making recommendations. It's that same arrogance that allows them to go on the internet and bash people.
Wow.
So yeah, I never met Gene Borello. I just read the book. You know, I paid the $8 for it. People say, you know, why do you spend money for it? I was interested at what was in it, and I was greatly disappointed.
Yeah.
I was disappointed in it.
Okay. Yeah.
If you read the book, Gene Borello is no Russell Buffalino. He's like, it's all fringe crazy stuff, and it's all an exaggeration. And what he does is he takes every little muffin, and turns it into a bakery.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a fan of it.
Yeah, I got you. All right, well, there's a review. Next, I'll ask you about, and you know, I hate to even put him in this list, but Jimmy Calandra.
Okay, I've watched his show a couple of times. Obviously, I'm not a fan of anyone making a handshake deal and then going against the people who did it and become a cooperator. He should just live with taking medicine. I'm not a fan of people that got a lesser sentence by putting other people in jail. But I would say this, of all of them, he's probably the one that has the most redeemable characteristics.
Yeah.
And the one that seems like he's most sorry for what he did when he was a kid. He doesn't seem to glorify it, you know. He's not selling baseball bats. He's not bashing people, still acting like a gangster. He's just like an older guy, early 50s, just telling his story, and he doesn't seem particularly proud of it. So I think in terms of decency, he's the one with the most decency. You know, in my opinion, my personal opinion, from watching these websites, watching these YouTube videos.
Yeah, I got you. All right, how about Sammy?
I don't like his show at all. I'm prejudiced against it. You know, certain things he comes. You know, first off, unlike the rest of them, he was who he says he was.
Yeah.
So it is an opportunity to watch a real gangster instead of fake gangsters or wannabes or people that interject. But you know, I heard that they called him the Bull because he built a house, or he was from Bull's Head, Staten Island. You know, and it wasn't because he was actually that story when he was 12 years old. He beat somebody up with my mobsters. So, you know, but I haven't really watched his show as much. But unlike the people that are popping up over the web, he actually was a high ranking member of organized crime, and I don't think anybody can take that away from him. You know, the amount of lies he said, you know, you'd have to be around in the 80s. You know.
Yeah, there's no denying that he was who he says he was.
Yes.
Or he is who he says he was. Um, so next, I'll ask you about I guess the king of this whole thing, the guy with the most subs, the guy doing the most things, and probably one of the most famous, Michael Franzese.
I mean, Michael Franzese, I see like the people on the internet attacking him, but he was a real member of Cosa Nostra. He grew up on the lap of one of the most legendary figures ever, Sonny Franzese. And he wasn't a legendary figure just from the 80s and 90s. He was a legendary figure from World War II on and in the 60s. So he grew up at his lap, and he was, in fact, who he said he was. Yeah. And he doesn't bash people. He doesn't really defame anyone. He doesn't glorify what he was born into. He just talks about it. And you know, I don't believe he's a rat. A lot of people have done shows claiming that he's a rat. Maybe a lot of people on the streets, maybe a lot of attorneys think so. But think about it for a second. He could have put his whole crime family in prison. He didn't. He could have put dozens of people in prison. He didn't. He could have avoided prison, and he went to prison. So I know there's a few things where they said he testified here and there. I don't know the underlying story, whether or not it was a setup or why he did it or if anybody got hurt. But in my opinion, I'm not aware of him putting anyone in prison. And his whole show is the opposite of everyone else's because his whole show is about redemption. And that's what really life should be about, right? The foundation of Western civilization with Christianity, or the foundation of the world, should be based on redemption. And I like, a lot of people say he's a con artist, a scam artist, but I believe he's a sincere Christian. And I think that his motivational stuff is very positive. Yeah. I think that if the whole genre was like him, you know, it'd be a lot better off. You know, that's my opinion. And all these fakers out there, first off, he's a real Italian, number one. Number two, he's from Brooklyn. Number three, he's from Long Island, but his father's from Brooklyn. His crew was from Greenpoint. Three, he's Sonny Franzise's son. Four, they said he was a capo regime. So how can anyone outside of that, who was none of those above, you have people from out of state that are not Italian, that were never in organized crime, critiquing him from the outside, and it's just absurd. So him, like Sammy Gravano, he was who he says he was. As for like what he's doing, I don't believe he's the most positive show of them all. He doesn't glorify anything, and he just says it how it is. If anything, he leads people away from that negativity. You know, I believe others use it as a cover. They say it's about the children, the kids. Meanwhile, they're glorifying it and laughing about it and attacking people on the website. Yeah. You know, so.
Yeah, well, he did. I mean, he did. We know that he testified against Norby Walters and put him away. Other than that, nobody really knows the extent of his cooperation.
I don't know the facts. I don't know if it was a deal. I don't know. Michael Franzese was a very wealthy man. I've heard rumors that maybe it was a financial deal. I don't know what happened there, but he didn't put. You know, I don't know all the facts of that. But like I said, he could have put hundreds of people away. Yeah. He's not like these fringe guys that knew no one. He was a guy that was in the middle of it, a high-ranking member of it. He could have put away the same amount of people that Gravano did. Gravano put away dozens of people. That's a rat. You know, Franzese didn't do that.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, you can't deny that, I guess. So before I go on, I just want to let everybody know, because there's, you know, twice as many people as there was when we started. My guest tonight, who's doing this by phone, is Elio Forcina. He's a Queens-based attorney, and he's on here basically to tell us, you know, his opinion on all these MobTube shows and what he thinks any legal ramifications might come from, you know, some of the cooperators shows and the fact that some of them are still active informants. And, you know, we're about to get to the part where I just asked him about the non-cooperators and basically the regular mob tube shows like mine and MREs and Lee's. So I will ask you first, are there any did I miss anybody as far as cooperators that have a show?
I think you missed a guy named Hootie, but I don't watch
Oh,
his show.
okay. I forgot about Hootie.
I don't watch his show, and I don't have an opinion of him. You know,
Yeah,
other
yeah.
than
Yeah, I understand that. All right. So as far as these little shows that popped up out of these bigger shows, the ones that are hosted by mob guys or people that were loosely affiliated with the Life. What about? I'll ask you first about Lee Cole.
I watched a few of his episodes. He's just too angry for me. His show is just too negative. He fights with too many people. That's just my opinion. Threatens too many people. Life is beautiful. I don't believe in going on the web and being vindictive against strangers over the internet. And he's always threatening somebody, being vindictive. And it's just very bizarre to me. I don't know if he's going to get hundreds of thousands of likes, views, or subs doing that, if he's going to make a fortune, if that's going to be like a genre. I have no idea. But just flip-flopping back and forth, saying that he, basically with cooperators or against cooperators, saying he's against rats, but the being rats, it's just very bizarre to me. And the anger is very bizarre. I just wonder what. Here you go. You got a guy from out of state, not Italian, looking in. It's like me. It's like me doing a show. I'm Italian. I'm from Queens. Picture me doing a show about Mexico. And I don't know anything. So you got a guy from outside the state. I know he says he was born as a kid in Brooklyn, but he lived his adult life outside of New York. When the affairs of men are conducted, it's usually much older. And I don't believe he was in New York. If I'm wrong, maybe I am, but I don't believe so. And he was he's not Italian, so so I don't even know if he's able to get from Glendale to Howard Beach and back down to Bensonhurst in a car. And for him to come out and I don't know, he's just very vindictive. But he's got to be careful because he can end up in the Southern District or the Eastern District of New York if he keeps, if he attacks people.
Really?
There's what we call minimum contacts. When you're on the globe, when you're on the global web, the whole world, it could be the whole United States could be your jurisdiction. So if you defame somebody that's in the Southern District of New York and you attack them, you can get a complaint served on you in Texas, and you'd have to hire a New York lawyer to defend it. So someone like him, and not only I don't want to pick on him, but all the other people that are fighting on the internet, they should just be aware of that. It could be very dangerous. A lot of other people are fighting, so I don't want to make him the bad guy. But like I said, his show is just too negative and vindictive. I don't want to see an angry person just talking. It's too bizarre for me.
Well, since as a lawyer, I need to ask you, what is because somebody keeps texting me this, and it's a question that should be asked anyway while we're talking about Lee. What are as far as the recording phone calls without permission? What's the deal with that?
I have no. In New York, if two people are on the phone and one person is recording, it's permissible. Okay. But outside of the New York State, I don't know every 50 states rules.
What about as far as federal? Do you know?
Well, each state has their own wiretap, have their own rules for listening to, for recording conversations. Every state has their own rules. Yeah,
my question was always that: what if you're in, say you're in Texas and you record somebody in someplace like PA, which is not a one-party consent state?
That's very interesting. See, now you're doing a war. A war is about floating in the gray area. One attorney is going to say, well, it was permissible in Texas, and the other attorney is going to say it wasn't permissible in Pennsylvania. So now you got a problem. Now you got something to litigate over.
Yeah. Understandable. Okay. So next I'll ask you about Mob Rats Exposed. What do you think of his show?
I love his voice. He's got a pretty cool accent. I think he's funny. I think he brings comedy. He brings humor, and he's telling the truth as he sees it. and I think it's a very interesting show.
Yeah. I think we'd all agree with that. Let's see. I don't even want to ask you about my show because
I love your show. It's the big four that I'm listening. I listen to your show. I listen to Mob Talk Radio. I listen to Mob Rats Exposed, and I listen to Michael Francis. Those are the four main ones that I'm listening to. I try to avoid all the other ones. But yeah, your show is you bring a human element to it, and you're being candid and honest, and and you're calling it as you see it. You got to respect that, and your show's entertaining. So yeah, I enjoy your show a lot.
well, thank you. Do you ever watch Gunsmoke the Don's videos?
No.
Oh, you haven't seen them yet?
No.
Yeah, you should check them out. So what I want to ask you now that we've gone over most of the shows, what, as far as any legal ramifications, like have you seen anything on our shows or on, Panisi, Calandra, Sammy, anything like that rings bells as far as possible legal ramifications? Anything that could come from this?
I don't want to get into specifics. We could be here for like 6 months, but there's a lot of defamation going on plenty of the shows. A lot of lying. I also believe that these cooperators say things that, because when you talk for hours, you forget things, and you say things you don't want to say, or you get outed as a liar because you're talking so much, and a lot of what they said contradicts the 302s or contradicts stuff that occurred in high stakes trials. There's federal trials where people are facing life in prison, and then a cooperator will say something that contradicts what he said in trial, which could open up a case. So that might be the only good positive thing about all this, is that a lot of these people who lied on the stand to get out of trouble, they're being outed for lying because they're talking so much. So that's the only positive thing for the public that comes out of these.
Yeah, why is it?
Yeah, go ahead. What are you saying?
Is it a setup, or why is it that they allow somebody who is an active informant to be on this platform? Why do the feds or their handlers allow this?
I don't want to get into conspiracy theories and stuff like that because I'm only guessing, but I believe that some federal agents are mortified and embarrassed, and they think it's horrendous that these people got away with it, and now they're trying to be peacocks. I think other ones just don't care. They think they're just, getting a few thousand views, trying to make a living. And then there's a third element of them that maybe some of them are promoting it because they like to see the targets that got away with cases be harassed on the internet. So every individual is different. Every handle is different. To think what their personal opinion is, as a matter of public policy, I have not seen. I don't know if there was any memo in the FBI that said how we should treat that. But I know that there was issues that occurred. I believe Rubio got in trouble for coming on a podcast.
Yeah. And
Gene Borrello got in trouble for allegedly harassing somebody who wasn't allowed on the podcast. That came from the judges. So with the way the FBI handles, listen, I believe it's like everything else. Everybody has their own opinion. I don't know if there's a set policy. I'm sure there's a lot of good people that take their jobs very serious that are probably embarrassed. There's a lot that don't even know what's going on. There's a lot that don't care, that don't think it's irrelevant. And there's some that maybe even think it's funny that former targets are being harassed by these individuals. I also think they watch it.
Yeah.
There's an element of of the base of the mob genre is law enforcement. So I believe a lot of them, and they're in law enforcement against organized crime because they're fascinated with it, and they want to know their trade as best as they can. So they try to get as much information. So so I believe the shows are being watched.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt at this point if they're even watching the smaller shows, just to see, you know what I mean, what's going on, who's with who, all that kind of shit. But I think there's a good chance there's at least a few that are sitting back just laughing their asses off at all this.
Of course. And there's some that just work 9 to 5 and then they come home, they don't want to be bothered. They're like, I don't want to see this. This is my work. I want to watch the Mets play the Phillies,
Yeah, really. All right. As far as the shows go, I don't think I have anything else to ask. Is there anything?
Well, I love Jeff Canarsi's show.
Oh, yeah. I meant to ask. I forgot.
I think he's articulate. He's funny. He's a good storyteller. I'm a Michael Savage fan, so now people are going to see my political ideology. But the way Michael Savage delivers, even people that don't agree with his ideology love him. I think Jeff is similar. He's very, very intelligent and very creative, and knows how to tell a good story. And he was one of the first people to do this on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I think he's done very well, and it's very entertaining.
Yeah, I forgot. I made this list like 5 minutes before the show. I forgot to add him. But of course, he's like, he's a veteran of this. He's been doing this longer than anyone, as far as I see.
He's got a great voice for radio, and he knows how to tell a story. And he actually does his research. I've seen podcasters that don't do their research, and they just talk and,
Oh, no. Canarsie knows his shit. He's a true mob historian.
Yes. If you can get a degree, to give him a PhD.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's a good guy. He's a good man.
Yeah, the little bit of contact I've had with him, that's the impression I got. He's a very good dude.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to add as far as any of this YouTube stuff or anything else?
I just want to tell people, to be careful. Be careful what they say. Don't hurt people with their mouth. You could say something so light, but it's a bashing somebody, and they can lose their job over it, and they can go to an attorney. And you can be held liable. So I think everyone should. I'm talking to the guys that are not the cooperators. They got to get the news out. Just tell them to be careful. As for the cooperators, I think most of them are a disgrace. They make America look bad, and that if you hurt people in your life and you committed horrendous crimes, and then you were able to get away with it by putting other people in prison, you should just hide out and go to a church and repent for the rest of your life, and don't try to be a peacock on YouTube, because you look disgusting, you look grotesque, and you look like a chump. If you're a rat, hide in the subway. Don't get out there and think that it's cool, just because a small percentage of people are rat fans. And I'll explain to you. A lot of these cooperators have a fan base. They have a small percentage of people that find them amusing, so it gives them some type of false confidence that the world loves them. But can I curse on your show?
Absolutely.
The average person sees these rats and sees them for what they are, fucking pieces of shit that fucking hurt people and then got away with it by and got their sentence lowered by putting other people in jail, and many of them lied. So they should just hide up, and the public knows they're disgusting. And for every one person, for every little jerk off that's a rat fanboy, the average population knows that it's disgusting. And as men, listen, I'm all about redemption. I believe that everyone can be redeemed and that people make mistakes. They should just focus on their redemption and not focus on. It's not fair to the victims. It's not fair to the families of the people they put in jail. It's not fair to the public, because the United States government represents the people. And when they lie in court and then they make a mockery of our judicial system, they make a mockery of our country. And that's my belief on it.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from. I always wondered that too, about, how the victims' families feel about, having to see these guys. You pop on your YouTube and it shows up in your suggestions or something. You know what I mean? It's I can't imagine what that's like for them. And
if somebody was a murder victim, connected to that murder, and let's say the people think he wasn't a good guy, but that good guy probably had a nice daughter or a sweetheart mother, or friends that love them, and to keep bringing this stuff up. And I saw people that come on the chats under the names of fake murder victims, and they chat and they make fun of the rats. But that's grotesque too, because these are family. First off, some of us are actually from New York City, and some of us, may have known or came across people that are family members of these victims. And then there's the people that knew them in their community. There's people that grew up. There's real people from Woodhaven. There's real people from Ozone Park. And when they see murder victims on there, it just reminds them of something horrific. And I think it's sad. It's like people just think they're cartoons and there's not reality behind it. But the reality of it, there's people behind it. There's real people that were hurt. And there's real rats that did things lied to the government, put other people in jail, got away with it, and became peacocks in the internet and are disgracing the country. And it's very real.
Yeah.
And I applaud you, Baltasar. I've seen your show, and I've seen that, I've seen many of your episodes, and it appears, that you're on the good side. It appears you're a Jedi Knight, and you're not on the dark side. It appears that you're good.
Yeah. I try to stay on the good side at all times.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I have my own opinions about all these shows, and I've certainly expressed them in the past. But I'm definitely good to hear, or glad to hear from you. And I know you're a respected attorney, so this was interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah, this was. I'm sure everybody enjoyed this. It was definitely good to hear your take on these things.
Well, thank you, and thank you for having me on the show.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm gonna go light up a Padron cigar and smoke.
All right, sounds good.
And next time you're in New York City, make sure you give me a call. We'll grab a beer. We'll go to Glendale where you grew up and I grew up. And we'll go to Cooper's house. It's called something else now. I think it's called Yerman's or something.
Yeah.
We'll have a nice mug of beer, Johnny Walker Black, and then we'll go outside. We'll light a cigar up. All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Take care.
All right. Thanks. Bye. Yep. All right, guys. So. I'd like to hear everybody's opinion on the stuff you just heard. I was definitely excited to have him on. This wasn't, planned. He got a hold of me just a couple of hours ago and said he'd be willing to come on and do this. And I thought it was a good idea. And, it's good because it does answer certain questions. Like I can't help but wonder. It's one thing for somebody who cooperated, decades ago or something, and they're on here now. Even that, is whatever. But for some of these guys to be active informants, to still be involved, in situations where they still have to testify in cases, I don't understand how the fuck they are on YouTube. I can't wrap my mind around it. So it's good to hear Elio's opinion and, his knowledge on the subject. And I'm sure there's certain things, he doesn't want to say as a reputable attorney. I'm quite sure that, he doesn't want to say everything that's on his mind. But, that question always lingered for me. Like, how is this? I understand, okay, Sammy's on, whatever. He's not active. Now, it is true to an extent that, once you cooperate, they kind of own you forever. But, we're talking about 30 years ago versus a guy who's on right now on YouTube, has a show, and is talking about his past and people that are still active, and for all we know, cases he might be getting ready to testify in. I just don't understand it. So having an attorney on here to talk to us about this stuff was excellent. For me, I loved it, and I hope you guys did too. Let's see. Should have asked him about doxing. Thomas Miranda, 59. Yeah, I don't know if he specializes in any cases involving doxing. I don't know what he would have told us. Let's see. Thank you, Anthony Sparrow. I appreciate that. I think so too. Yeah, Elio is a good guy. I've spoken to him before. And you could tell that he has to hold some stuff back, but he speaks his mind at the same time, to whatever extent he can. And I think it was a great show, personally. Correct FBS and your shows. Correct FBS and your shows are getting better and better. The rats should change their names and move far away, not live in the past. Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Mob Rats exposed. Elio seems like a good guy. Yeah, definitely a good guy. He knows his shit, that's for sure. And he's not new to this. As far as I know, he's been an attorney for quite a long time. Yankees for life. FBS, tell Shanna I said hello. Will do. Yeah, Chris Drager. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got like Panisi, for example. He talks about guys that are active, guys that are still in the street. How is that okay? I don't understand. I mean, I guess because, you know, as far as litigation, guys that are active in the street aren't going to sue you, I guess. But if he says any of those things without any proof behind it, he could certainly face legal action that way. But I don't understand. It's a shame that his handler or whoever's in charge of him right now allows him to do that. But you know, like I said before, I also believe it might have a lot to do with a strategy. Maybe they're tickling the wire. Who knows exactly what's going on? But it's very confusing. Uh, Later on, but why do we even address these guys or give them attention? I mean, MRE is promoting rats and his damn name brand, for Christ's sakes. I think you might be confused. Shit, sorry about that. As far as addressing them or giving them attention, I mean, I don't know. They're kind of a big part of this YouTube thing, right? How could you not? It's not like we're talking about them just to talk about them. We're discussing what they're doing on here. And as far as MRE he's not promoting rats. He's exposing rats. That's what his name says. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say to you. Um, Later on, I made A Light cry. Oh, you doing a show tonight? Good. I have something to look forward to. Hopefully, you're coming on soon. Uh, I used to love Ilio's Pizza as a child. That's funny. Me too. Who didn't? Oh my god! Then a few years back, they started making it all shitty. It's totally different now. Different Ilio, though, of course. uh, FBS Lee said he's calling Marsha Clark on you to get that dough. uh, yeah, well, he did talk about defamation. Definitely, he touched on that. Doxing, it didn't even occur to me, honestly. Like, I never looked at doxing as a legal issue. To me, it's more of a you just don't do it. It's a fucking moral thing. It's wrong. I know, of course, that there's legal ramifications to it, but it didn't occur to me to ask him. Um, let's see. DP having an attorney on as a guest was a great idea, man. Clearly, he's knowledgeable about the MobTube community and knows about all the different channels. So it's interesting to hear his opinions. Yes, thank you. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. It was somebody else's idea. It wasn't mine. I never lie about shit like that. But we were able to make it happen, and you know, I'm happy about that. So. And yes, he's definitely knowledgeable about the MobTube community, and he knows about all the different channels. We spoke before the show, and we talked about some of this stuff ahead of time. Oh, not tonight, Mob Rats. Okay. Boardwalk guy, FBS. I love the Band-Aid tonight. You look like you just got done a wrestling match. Well, let me tell you, I got this fucking pimple here too. Now, listen, I'm having issues this week, guys, and I looked like I just like A-Light just beat me with a fucking baseball bat. So I was like, let me at least cover the fucking worst wound with a Band-Aid. Oh shit. Let's see. Rats sell bats to gain simps in their chats. There you go. What exactly has Panisi said that isn't public record? How do we know? Yeah, is everything he's ever said public record? Do you know that? How could you possibly say that? You would have to analyze all of his shows, everybody he mentions. We don't know that it's all public record. We have no idea. I mean, if somebody's doing that kind of homework on Panisi, and feel free to hop on and tell me all about it. But how would we know that? Not only that, but don't forget that these guys get a pass when they're active like that. Their handlers let them get away with shit like this with this because they're allowed to get away with a lot once they cooperate. So would it be surprising if he was doing shit on YouTube he's not supposed to do? Not just him, any of them. Would that be surprising? I don't think so because they get away with more. They have they have a lot more leeway. Let's see. Amari is going to produce the sacred scrolls of Eli. Did LMB go downhill? U.S. Army combat medic. I haven't been there years. When we were in Brooklyn a few months ago, I wanted to take Shanna. We wound up going somewhere else. But I don't know. I hear that, but I don't know if it's true or not. That Band-Aid is hiding the knot you got from Raymundi's pinky ring. Oh, shit. It's got a fucking ALR, real small. You can see it. If you look really close with the magnifying glass. It's got the imprint from his ring. I do have one thought on Panisi. Well, come on and share it, Brooklyn guy. If anybody wants to hop on, feel free. Let me know and I'll drop the link. Gunsmoke, if you want to join, we could bullshit about some mob stuff or something, whatever you want to do. We got 308 people here. It's been a slow day on MobTube. Damn near nothing took place today. So I don't know what to say. There were some interesting posts made on Instagram, though. But I won't get into that right now. Is that true, U.S. Army combat medic? I didn't know that. Let me drop the link for Brooklyn guy. Yeah, I didn't know that, if that's true. Only one owner was shot. I like that. Brooklyn, it's where my story begins. I had something like that when I had Facebook. Obviously, it said Queens. It's where my story begins. Oh, really? Yeah, that's what I heard, Thomas Connor. But, it's been a long time. RA, yes, MRE did a great show in Rome today. Yeah, I heard a little bit of that. I had to go to the dentist earlier. I was listening to it on the way. Brooklyn guy, Paisan.
Hey, I'm talking loud. I'm on the iPad. I don't know how it goes. I haven't read him as a writer. Everyone says he's a good writer. The one thing that he confirms people that are made in the street. He confirms this guy's a friend, that guy's not a friend, this guy's a friend. So he's confirming to people in the street who they may be dealing with that they don't know if he's a friend, that he's a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a problem.
Yeah, and you could be wrong in some instances. You know what I mean? But
you know what? I would think probably not.
Well, no, but that makes
most of the time he probably is. But I'm wondering if the handlers want him to do that.
That's what I would.
It causes dissension in the streets.
Absolutely. Yeah, to make those claims, to say that stuff, or just to put that information out there.
Yeah, it's odd.
Being accurate information.
Yeah. Listen, that might be part of his deal. They might say, listen, that's what we want you to do.
Yeah. Well, either that or maybe that's how he's passing information these days, straight through YouTube to, you know what I mean? Who knows?
You know what's interesting? You say that. They said when all the terrorist stuff, they were going through Xbox and putting messages through Xbox through a lot of those games. You don't know. Maybe he's actually inadvertently helping some people to try. You know what it is. Unless you're there, Chris, unless you're sitting there with the handler and you hear what's going on, who the hell knows? How many people did you think were doing something? You said, holy shit, it wasn't them. You don't know. But I think it's odd when you're confirming, like, that guy, yeah, friend, that guy, no, not a friend. That's just odd to me. It's almost too convenient in a way.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, and as far as you know what tickling the wire is, right? I mean, that kind of stuff
Yeah.
they do too, just to they'll have him mention names. This way, guys that are in, you know, whether they're still in social clubs, wherever they're hanging out, they'll get nervous and start talking. And
So
then
as I say, they might start talking on the phone, and
yeah,
no, I tell you, when I met him, he was a gentleman. You would think that 18 years ago, if you said, "Oh, that guy's a physician," you'd believe it. He conducted himself very quiet, very. He was like that when they say, I see, like, oh, he's on Valium and stuff. He was like that back then. He was a very quiet, reserved guy. He wasn't a tough guy. I'm sure he could be. But no, he was a sedated kind of guy. He wasn't a rah-rah guy. You know, I only met him a couple of times, but from what I remember, he stood out. So I did remember him. And he was not a flashy kind of guy. He was quiet. He'd go out. He'd smoke a cigar outside. Quiet.
well, listen to the way he talks. I mean, the fucking guy's got no energy.
You know what it is, though? You know, who knows? You know, sometimes I'm much more animated than others because of the bipolar. I take another pill and I get sedated. Who knows? Maybe he's on medication for his life. Who the fuck knows what he has? He might have, look what he's done. Maybe he has depression. You know, no one knows really his story. I'm sure he's fucked up a bit in the mind with everything you did. You have to be a little screwed up by that. You know, so who knows? Maybe he's on medication to be good, not to go nuts.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
whatever the fuck he's on that makes him that calm, I got to talk to my doctor and get on it. Panisi needs to start doing commercials for sedatives or whatever the fuck it is that he takes.
The E.F. Hutton commercials. Remember the E.F. Hutton commercials?
No,
People
no.
talk. Well, you're too young. John Houseman, E.F. Hutton talks. People listen. You know, it's very direct.
Yeah.
Like you can't help but listen. You're trying to process every word is 5 seconds. You're hearing it. But listen, your attorney was great. Well, not your attorney, but your friend was great.
Yeah,
I thought it was great that he didn't say certain things. That shows you how good he is.
Yeah, he's definitely professional all the way.
I was wondering his take on gray line, if he could get in trouble for what he did. I was wondering if he knew that.
Yeah, it didn't even occur to me to ask about the doxing thing, honestly.
Yeah, it goes fast. Everything, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like I said, this show was planned minutes before it took place.
You did a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You did a great job. And again, I want to shout out to your friend Jerry. I shouted out on my show. Your friend Jerry, who did a lot of graphics for me, he's going to do more, and he did yours. Great guy, Jerry. I want to shout out in case he's watching this. He probably is. Jerry, thanks. I'll let you go, man. Say hello to Shannon.
No, that's all right. I want to ask you real quick. I saw you put the profile pic up. Did you get your banner up?
Yes.
Oh, so you're all set.
Yeah, and I'm going to have another one. I'm going to actually go up in style with it. I have a couple of ideas. So.
Yeah, I'm going to ask Jerry if he's listening, actually. Otherwise, I'll email him or call him. I was thinking about it tonight because he always asks me what's next. You know, he likes to stay doing this stuff. Shanna's page, we got to get her all hooked up.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So maybe he can come up with something good for her.
You ever watch The Nanny?
Fran Drescher?
Yeah, you have to have Shanna just walking across the ER like a nurse.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Grabbing names out of the air and the secret and this and that.
That's a good idea. Look at you. Holy shit, Jerry, you hear that?
Once in a while, I come up with something. I'm not totally useless, only on the. Thank God my son was here when Jerry was. I said, Jerry, you know what? Let me get my son. And it was done. I got out of the bathroom in a second. It was done. I'm just useless on a computer.
It's hard to size those banners out. He puts a lot of time into that stuff, man. He's a great guy.
And he said he started from scratch. I thought he was like a guy that was in the profession. He said, no, he learned on the run.
Yeah, extremely talented. And has a great imagination.
Chris, have a good one. Send my love. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, buddy.
Good job tonight.
Yeah, thank you. All right, guys. So let's see. Fran Drescher is gorgeous. Agreed. Um, let's see. Brooklyn guy had a good show today. I didn't even get a chance to watch it yet, but I will. Let's see. Lexi Johnson. I think he said it was because he was afraid they were going to kill him, along with feeling disrespected about his ex-girlfriend. He took the oath. He should have let what happened happen. Yeah, he knocked a girl's teeth out, and that's why he was afraid they were going to kill him, because he knocked her teeth out. So I guess that's a good reason to feel like you might be on somebody's list, but still, you see from his past, there's a lot of paranoia there. Yeah, yeah. See, he doesn't talk about that stuff too much, if at all. I don't know, because I can't listen. It's like listening to him is like he's like walking Xanax. You know what I mean? He's like a fucking like an elephant tranquilizer. I just can't. It put me right out. Let's see. DL and Brock. No, I didn't actually. Um, Fran Drescher's 109 years old. She's old now. But when she was in The Nanny, not so much. The fuck? 7 more got it? Really? Damn. Nitro Owens, hello, how are you? We're good. We're good, chilling. Same old shit. Loved The Nanny, yeah. My daughter loved that show too. She loved that and George Lopez and well, I just went by what he said. He did it for us. I don't know how much. I don't know much else, but I'm sure he's not being honest with people about it. Yeah, no, of course not. No, I think he likes to leave the part out about why he thought the reason he thought they might have been looking for him to kill him, and that's the reason. Um, Seinfeld all day. Oh shit! I haven't seen Seinfeld in so many years. Panisi has zero presence. He could jump in a tub of water and not make a splash. That's funny. Joe Malecki, Joe Man, I'm with you. A lot of young men, CDL, but okay, I'm sorry. He's on Thorazine. Maybe. Who knows? Oh my God, mind someone else's business. You're a nut. Anybody else want to? Oh, okay. Here comes Gunsmoke. There'd you go, man. Oh yeah, absolutely. Shout out to U.S. Army Combat Medic. Thank you for your service, sir. Yeah, I always thank him when he's on. Good man. King of Queens. Yeah, that was the shit. Except, with the exception of Leah Remini, I don't think anybody on there could pass as someone from Queens. But you know what? Danny F., it was told to me. The only reason I'm not expounding on it is because I don't want to fuck up and get anything wrong. I like to be sure. I believe it was his girlfriend, and she might have been involved, or getting involved with somebody else, or Panisi was afraid she was, something like that. He knocked her fucking teeth out. And then, he was afraid that he was going to be killed for it. So he he started hiding, and then he went to the feds with no case running or nothing. Just like, hey guys, we got to talk to you. Jealous of Calander for making out with Ramini. Yeah, well, Gunsmoke.
What's up, FBS?
What's up, bro? I'm watching Sunny Money down here in the corner, just trying so hard to get on.
Are you serious?
I'm
Where?
just gonna leave him down there. Fucking troublemaker.
Definitely.
No, Leah Ramini was from Bensonhurst. I'm just saying though, she's the only one that even really had a New York accent or anything in this show.
Yeah, she's hot. Well, she was hot. Well, she's still hot.
Yeah, it's probably hot for a long time.
Yeah. I just wanted to call and shoot the shit. I don't know. I don't really have an agenda. Today really was a slow day in MobTube. Maybe that's a good thing, you know?
Yeah.
Let shit cool down for a little bit.
Hold on, let me see something. All right. Yeah, man, it was there nothing went on, which is good. You know what I mean? No news is good news.
Exactly.
That's the way I look at it. So when I'm not getting notifications that this guy's on and that guy's on, I'm like, cool. Nothing bad. You know what I mean? It's like opening your mailbox and not getting any bad news. No bill collectors or no shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's what a day off from a MobTube drama is like.
Yeah. The trolls are still on IG though, but that's never gonna stop. So
yeah,
that's nothing new.
Yeah, no, of course not. Anthony Sparrow, $5. Thank you. Angel asked me through her attorney to send you this. Yeah, because Angel can't even send me a super chat because people think she's paying me. I hear you. Thanks.
I love that guy's name too, Anthony Sparrow.
Oh, bro.
Crime Family. That's hilarious.
Nobody's gonna top that name. He took Lee Cole calling Anthony Sparrow,
yeah,
and then added Avian Crime Family. And he's a funny motherfucker, bro. If you ever listen, he's always got some hilarious comments.
Yeah, he does. I love his. He has a great name.
Yeah. Who is FBS talking to? This is Gunsmoke the Don. He is the man. He's got a channel that goes by the same name, and he makes videos. How would you explain what you do? What do you like? Face morphing? Like, what is it you do, bro?
Well,
explain. I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Well, basically, with talking about the Jimmy Calandra show that I got, Jimmy C versus everybody. It's basically just a compilation of, his beef with everybody, because these guys all talk shit to each other. So I just document it. Basically, it's just documenting their beef. And as far as like the little clips I use, it's like I use an app that digitally imposes the face, the rat's faces onto movie characters. So I add some music to it, some sound effects. I make it all mobbed out for you. People seem to like it, from what I hear. Some don't. There's some critics out there. Some hurt feelings. Huh?
Can one of the mods drop his link? Because like I said last night, if you're not subscribed to Gunsmoke, you should go subscribe. His videos are a trip, and I'll tell you right now, if you're in a bad mood, just go watch some of his videos. It's hilarious.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, U.S. Army Combat Medic. Thank you for your service, sir. Says Gunsmoke, you talk so calmly, refreshing.
That's because I smoke a lot of weed. I just smoked right now too. So
I was just gonna say that's he's been smoking that Panisi.
Oh no, Tales from Panisi. I'm not seeing ghosts, and my house isn't shaking right now. But
you got that Panisi Kush.
I wish I had some shit like that when my house was shaking. Woo, that'd be nice.
When my house was shaking.
That's the shit I need. Smoke some shit and the house is shaking.
Yeah, for real, man. Whatever he's got, huh?
For hours, he said. Hours. Shook for hours.
Yeah, I know. Well, 8 hours, I believe, right?
Yeah, something like that. That's a whole work shift right there for you.
Yeah. I know, it's crazy. What a ridiculous story, right?
And so wait, that's why he was all paranoid and left the mob and ratted, because he punched some girl's teeth out. I thought it was over a girl, but I didn't know it was because of the assault. I thought it was just because some other guy wanted to bang her or whatever.
Whatever it was, it resulted in him knocking her teeth out. That I know for a fact.
Yeah, I know he's funny with women. You don't play with him with women.
Yeah, so this is why he got paranoid and hauled ass, and started getting thinking there's people out to get him around every corner and shit.
The Bloods on the corner, the Bloods at the train station.
Yeah, for real, Bloods. It's so funny. Mind someone else's business. FBS, don't worry, you ain't going to jail. No need to fear. Yeah, I don't care. So let me read this real quick. Facts over feelings. I always think MobTube gets chill, then I wake up to an MRE video in the morning that he did in the middle of the night and have to call in late the next day. You're telling me, man. And nothing irritates me more, even though I'm kind of glad to see it. I'll be fucking ready to go to sleep. It'd be 2:30 in the morning, and I'll get a notification. MRE dropped a video. I'm like, I gotta fucking listen.
You have to. Yeah, I'm pretty sad he's not going on tonight. He said he's not going on. I'm very disappointed. I wanted some hot and spicy tendies tonight.
Well, like I said, there's something going on MobTube today, man. It's like everybody took a break.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do shit, man. I came to the conclusion that fuck it. But it seems to happen always around 8, 9 o'clock. An idea pops up or something. I get a call, and boom, there's a show. So what do you think about what you heard from Elio?
Actually, I didn't catch all of it. I caught like the tail end of it, so I wasn't here for the beginning. I didn't get the alert, man. I didn't get the alert. I don't know why, but I caught the tail end of it. He sounds like he was a smart guy. He was speaking facts. I was like, who the hell is this guy? I thought it was Justice Tech Pros on the phone. I didn't know it was Elio, or I don't know Elio, but and he doesn't know me apparently, but that's cool. But no, I thought he was speaking facts about how these guys are on YouTube, and they're bragging and they don't seem remorseful for what they did in the past, and it's disgusting how they behave. They represent Italians wrong, and not all of them, but some of them ain't bad guys, but some of them are real creeps. Real low life degenerates, disgraziata. Born out of their mother's ass, feet first at breech birth.
Yep.
So,
I'll ask DP because he's asked this question 45 fucking times in the last 12 seconds. I listen. It's not a secret. It's fairly common knowledge. It's just something that he doesn't talk about because why would he? Nobody wants to say that they did.
A woman. Yeah, it's pretty bad beating a woman.
Yeah,
under any circumstance.
Yeah. So, and if I'm wrong, hey, I don't know, but as far as I know, it's pretty accurate information.
Yeah, I've heard it too.
Yeah. See. It's not. That's what I'm trying to tell DP. Like, it's not. No, it's all good, bro. I understand. A lot of people that just watch his show haven't. That's the thing. But it's out there. It's definitely out there.
I mean, he comes across as a good guy. I mean, I liked his show. I mean, he's kind of boring, but I liked his demeanor. He seems like a cool, laid-back guy. And then I heard about the woman assaulting and all that shit, and I heard he was weird about women and all that. And I saw he had like a little nasty attitude with people on his chats too, here and there. He has a little mean streak in him. But overall, I thought he wasn't that bad of a guy, Panisi.
You know what I'm starting to learn though, man. Well, a long time ago I learned this, but I keep getting reminders lately doing this shit. Whatever anybody appears to be, they're most likely the opposite.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Honestly,
that's true too.
Yeah, we see these guys, we think they're all nice and innocent, and it turns out that they're actually the fucking one behind the scenes, making terrible shit happen. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So you never know when you look at a guy like Panisi. That his level of calmness is almost psychotic. You know what I mean? Like, for real.
Well, once he told that story about I know it's personal to him, that story, but it just sounds crazy, bro. You're saying your house was shaking for 8 hours and it wasn't a train, it wasn't anything with the house structure. It was ghosts and shit, or the spirit of whoever. I mean, it's crazy. And that's why you ratted. I mean, that's why he said he ratted. He didn't say it was because he hit a woman. He said it was because he got a sign from his family members that were deceased and the house was shaking. He took it as a sign.
See what I'm saying?
It's a little
fucking creepy,
psychotic.
bro.
Yeah, it's a little psychotic. But
Yeah, it's a little psychotic. U.S. Army combat medic. If anyone is going to Mount Airy Casino in Pennsylvania on Saturday, I would gladly meet up with you. I'll tell you what, that's my favorite casino. Me and Shanna fucking love it there. But I'm taking a little break from gambling, so I won't be there. But have fun and good luck. That casino, I think it's one of the best casinos I've ever been to. That place. You ever been there, Gunsmoke?
no, I never got into gambling. I've been to AC at least twice. I always go to the Scarfo compound when I'm out there, just
Yeah.
for shits and giggles. But I usually play the slots or blackjack. That's it. I'm not playing poker and shit like that.
Yeah, my thing is roulette.
Roulette. Okay. Yeah, I play that too a little bit. Yeah. I like that too.
Yeah.
But I was never a big gambler. I don't have the stomach for
Yeah, well, I don't either. That's the thing.
it.
Me and Shanna go to a casino, we'll take a certain amount and we just plan on losing it. Because
Yeah.
if you go there planning on leaving, with a profit, you're going to be highly disappointed. So, when we go, we just take whatever we're comfortable with losing. Might be
Yeah.
a couple $100 each or something. And we play until we're either up a little bit or we're down a little bit. And then we leave.
Yeah. It's all about having a good time anyway,
It's like anything else, man. If you go to a bar, you're going to blow money.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? If you do
Yeah.
drugs, you're going to blow money on that.
Uh-huh.
Like some idiot made fun of the fact that I said it's the same as paying for any other entertainment. It is.
Yeah.
When people go to the casino and gamble, it's an escape. They forget about everything else.
For
That
some people, it's an addiction though, for some people too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the average person, that's their entertainment for the night. It just costs some money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like anything else would.
Have a few
So,
drinks. Yeah.
Yeah, never go to the casino expecting to leave up. Yeah.
The house always wins, man. The
Yeah,
house wins.
I've had some great nights. Don't get me wrong, but it don't even matter because you could win $5,000 and you'll lose 10 the next day.
Yeah. It's true.
Absolutely.
It's the name of the game.
DJ Tech 12's $4.99. Congratulations to FDNY class graduated today. Oh, congratulations to them,
Nice.
especially Eric Duvall. I know you're watching. I worked with your dad for 22 years. He would be proud. I hope it's Eric Duvall. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, shout out to you. Congratulations on your graduation, and congratulations to the whole class. Like I said before, I think firefighters are heroes, and I have all the respect in the world for them, especially New York firefighters.
Yeah, definitely.
Without a doubt, man. So let's see what else we got. You got a cricket?
Me? Who got a cricket?
You got a cricket.
No. Do I? Can you hear the crickets outside my window?
Yeah. Can anybody else hear Gunsmoke?
That's your cricket, man. That's not my cricket.
My
You're
cricket
hearing
is
your own
long
cricket.
gone.
No, your cricket made babies.
My cricket is with Hoffa right now.
Hey, did you hear about that? That Hoffa, they pretty sure they know where he is, and they still haven't dug where he's at in Jersey under a bridge, the Skyline
Again?
Bridge. Yeah, no, they have like some really good information, and they said he was buried under like 12 drums in the ground in his junkyard, and they went to the place where they thought what the guy said it was, and they see like the X-rays in the ground. They see that there's like drums down there in the ground, but they still haven't dug it up yet. They see he's at the very bottom. It sounds like a good tip, but they've been saying this for decades. So.
Yeah, I don't think they're ever gonna find them, but who knows? We'll see. Listen, I want in your next video, bro. You asked if I have any ideas.
Yes.
I want that fucking cricket in your video.
I know. I was actually thinking about doing that a while ago. It's just I have to go back and look through your videos to try to find where you had like 2 specific episodes where that cricket was a fucking problem.
No, but I'm talking about the cricket you got right now.
Oh, my cricket. I don't have a cricket in here, man.
Bro, I hear a cricket.
It's probably the headphones or something. I'm breathing stupid. I'm getting over COVID or a cold right now. I'm probably breathing into the friggin' headphone.
Just put me in the video whacking the cricket.
I'm gonna see what I could do for you.
But don't let Angel see it. She'll be very upset.
I know she's very sensitive about insects and their precious little lives.
Yeah, no shit.
I hate insects, all forms, except for honeybees and whatever makes silk, caterpillars.
Bro, Dice does a thing about fucking bugs. right? It's one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life, bro.
Dice.
Dice, Andrew Dice
Yeah,
Clay.
he's all right. He was funny back in the day. Hickory dickory duck, your
Bro.
mother fell down on my cuck.
Listen, aside from his stand-up,
Yeah,
I truly believe that is one of the funniest men on earth. If you listen to him in interviews like Stern and Opie and Anthony,
yeah, definitely. Oh, with the interviews with Stern back in the day were hilarious, bro. I forgot who
Yeah.
he went at. He went at somebody on the Stern show. He called in and eviscerated him, man. It was great.
yeah, he's got oh, thank you, Tom Lochner. I appreciate the Cash App. Thank you very much. What was I gonna say? Oh, he does this thing on Opie and Anthony, bro, where he talks about how bugs are the reason for everything bad in the world. And he talks about trapping a fucking fly, like out of revenge, because the fly was keeping him up all night.
Yeah.
And he basically, he put a towel under the door and he shouted through the door, you wanted to buzz in my ear? You wanted to keep me up all night? Well, now you got a problem you can't fucking handle, my friend.
Now you can't leave.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine the lunacy of fucking trapping a fly and saying that to him.
Yeah, he's a character, Dice, man. I think he tried to have like a reality show a few years ago.
He's had several, bro. He's had a bunch.
He's a character.
He's always, he's going to be in Gravesend now.
He is?
He's going to be in the Hulu. I think it's Hulu. They're doing a series about like Pamela and Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
He's going to be, I think he plays the lawyer or something in that. He's always got something going on.
I'm looking forward to Gravesend too. I really am. I hope it's better than the first one. I'm pretty sure it's going to be.
Bro, I have yet to watch a single episode.
I like that main actor, the guy who looks like Carlo Gambino. I forget his name.
William DeMeo.
Yeah, he looks like he could play a great Carlo Gambino one day in a movie. But I think he's a character, man. He's funny, man. Even when he tries to be serious, I think it's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
It's great.
DJ Tech 12 said Dice fighting with Artie Lang. Yeah, that was a fucking classic. The $5,000.
Yeah.
Jason Porter Rockwell, $5. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it.
What was he fighting with Artie about? It was like Bloomies, right? Was it about Bloomies? Like, don't.
No, that was Artie's assistant with the Bloomies. Artie opened the show for Dice, and Dice promised him $5,000.
Yes.
And Artie didn't get it, and they had this fucking battle.
Yeah, he kept giving him excuses why he couldn't get it that night. Get it a week later.
Bro, I used to just listen to that shit before I was into all this weird shit going on. I used to listen to that just old Stern, not new shit. I have Sirius XM and all that, but Stern isn't Stern like that anymore.
No, he's woke now.
I could listen to old Stern shit all day, every day, and not get bored. And there's thousands of hours of it just on YouTube.
Oh yeah, it's awesome, man.
Bro, if you just listen to the Eric the Midget tapes, it probably takes 3 weeks. Yankees for life, FBS, your channel rocks. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yes, it does.
Lexi Johnson, William DeMeo played Carlo Gambino in Castellano movie. Did he?
I have the Castellano movie, Boss of Bosses. I have it. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, he didn't play him, right?
No, I don't think he played Carlo Gambino. He was in the movie as no, it was a young Carlo Gambino. He did. He played the young Carlo Gambino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tom Lochner, $4.99. Thank you again. Opie and Anthony fight with Jay Moore and Dice was classic. Boy, what do you ever hear that gun smoke?
Opie and Anthony fight with Jay Moore. No, I wasn't into Opie and Anthony. Weren't they beefing with Stern for a while?
Yeah. They were like
Florida, right?
But there's a fight, there's a 3 or 4 hour thing on YouTube. You could find it. Jay Moore versus Dice.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking funny because Dice kind of like roasts him. You know what I mean? Jay Moore kind of roasts Dice. Like he kind of gets the best of him. And then behind the scenes, Dice winds up calling Jay Moore's wife and threatening to kill Jay Moore. And
wow.
And Jay Moore calls the cops, and the cops go to Dice's house.
Oh, Jesus.
And then the rest of it plays out on the show like the next day.
No, I definitely got to see that now.
Oh, bro,
It
it's
sounds
fucking
hilarious. Yeah.
It's hilarious. Stern show sucks now. ETM was the best. Yeah, listen, guys, like I'm not a fan of Robbins personally, but she don't even do the fucking news anymore. Like
I heard that, yeah.
Yeah, he took everything away. All it is now, he gets on and talks about movies and kind of fruity shit.
And his Hollywood shit, yeah. Like
Yeah,
painting
very.
and playing checkers or
He's talking about movies like The Kissing Booth, whatever the fuck that is, and just real like chick flicks and stuff. And I'm like, what is going on with fucking Howard? Is
cat
he really
adoption
a
and shit.
goddamn-
Yeah. He used to be the man, bro. But he just went Hollywood, man. And why not? He's getting paid. He's a billionaire now. He gets like $500 million deals every 6 years or something.
He's getting 125 or 120 million a year now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. FBS Watch at the Sinatra Club. I thought that was a terrible movie. I saw it when it first came out. You ever see that, Gunsmoke?
Nah, I never saw that.
Horrible. The
I
guy
saw
that
the Rat
played
Pack.
the guy that played John Gotti. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
You know who was a hilarious fucking John Gotti? Was Tom Sizemore in the Sammy the Bull movie back in the
Oh
day.
my god.
That was hilarious, bro. Oh my god.
What
What
was
a
that?
character.
Was that Witness to the Mob?
Yes, Witness to the
Bro,
Mob, Sammy the Bull.
everybody. They had what's his face play Sammy. Like he's like I don't even know what the fuck he is.
That guy, yeah. He's in
Yeah.
Gravesend too. He's in Gravesend too.
Yeah, they had him playing Sammy. I'm like, what the fuck? How
Yeah.
did they cast this movie?
What's his name in the Gotti, the first Gotti movie was a great Sammy the Bull. Tom, what's his damn.
Oh,
Seymour something?
William Forsythe.
William Forsythe. Yes, he played a good Sammy, man.
He did.
He doesn't look nothing
Definitely.
like him, but he played a good role. I like
Yeah.
that guy.
FBS, you should try to get Roy DeMeo's son on. His book was okay. I'll tell you what, Boston Red, I looked into it. I can't seem to find any way to contact him. But I did look into it because you guys suggested that before. I take your suggestions, but I'll keep trying. I also tried to get a hold of Louis Ferrante and Ferrante, however you say it.
Yeah.
And I could not. I left him a message on his, I believe it's his website, and that was probably a month and a half ago. I haven't heard a word yet.
If you could snag that DeMeo interview, that would be awesome, bro. Because he doesn't do interviews like that, except maybe one interview on the Mobster Show. And I didn't read his book, but I've always been curious to get it and read it because I figured it's just mostly stories about his dad, like family life. But what's he gonna know about crime? But I would love to see that interview if you could snag that. You could probably go to his publicist. Did you try that?
I'm going to keep looking, but I couldn't find anything, man. And let's see who else. Oh shit! I just had it in my head and I forgot.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's all good. I just got Ori Spado's number.
Oh no! Do you believe half of what he says? Or he's faded?
It doesn't even matter. He's the fucking. Did you see when he flipped out about Franzese?
Of course, that's all he does. It's awesome. Yeah,
It's fucking it's entertaining as a motherfucker.
It is, yeah.
It don't even matter. Like
he's another character, that guy, Spada.
Yeah, absolutely. So I might look into getting him on. I gotta give him a call.
That'd be awesome. Why not?
Absolutely. What is this? FBS, are we over the Lee and Jeff doxing tour?
Jeff,
I don't know what you mean. As far as them trying to dox me, we'll see. I don't know. You never know what's going to happen. So, but I'm done with that whole subject as far as Lee and stuff.
Let's hope not. I think everybody's been getting doxxed lately, so I think everybody's learned their lesson and everybody just leaves each other alone.
Yeah. You know what? I don't even want to. He dropped a video right before I came on, and I watched a few minutes of it, and I don't even want to get into what he was saying because then it will get me started, and I made a deal. So
yeah, I haven't seen it anyway, so I don't know about it.
Yeah. RPMJ $2 super sticker. Thank you very much. Tom Sizemore as Sammy is funny as fuck.
Yeah. Oh no, Tom Sizemore as
Gotti.
Was funny as fuck. You see this tuna sandwich? I want a good tuna sandwich. That's all I want. I got them guts.
Bro, why would Tom Sizemore not be like, look, I'm just not right for this role. I don't want to embarrass you or myself.
Well, Tom Sizemore had a bad drug problem. He needed the money, probably. I mean, he was such a great actor too, man. Fuck, he did so many great movies. And every movie, he takes like 9 bullets and he keeps taking more and he keeps shooting back, in all his movies. Fucking Saving Private Ryan, Black Hawk Down. He's like, oh, he gets shot like 10 times and he's still shooting back. It's hilarious.
Yeah. DP at Gen301. I just read about Panisi knocking that woman's teeth out. I can't believe I never heard about that until
There
now.
you go.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, man. Like a lot of people, because when I first mentioned Panisi, because he was never somebody I was going to go after, and then I started learning more, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to at some point come out
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And right away, people started attacking me like, "You better not say anything about Panisi. Like, you don't even know about him. Like, you're going to defend the guy after what I'm about to tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The kid Robbie Cooper. That was a goddamn shame what happened in Glendale. I was living there then, but I was a little kid. I certainly don't remember it.
You mean in the early 90s when he shot that?
It was in '89, and he killed
89.
that kid, Robbie Cooper. Yeah.
And he was only like 17 at the time himself, right?
I think he was 19 or 20, and so was the kid,
Okay.
Robbie Cooper. Yeah.
And it was over a girl.
Yeah. It was over a girl. Panisi was at her house. Robbie Cooper, I'm not sure, like Elio said, not sure if it was her boyfriend or what at the time, but he pulled up.
Yeah.
He saw Panisi's car. He knocked on the door. He wanted either her to come out or for Panisi to come out and talk to him. I think he did break one of Panisi's windows, but Panisi got scared. He didn't want to come out. So he called the kid Mikey Boxer. Mikey Boxer came and brought a gun with him. At that point, Robbie Cooper was gone already. So they hopped in the car. They went to 80th and Myrtle. I'm from 81st and Myrtle, so not far.
Yeah.
They went and they went to the kid's house and they shot him and killed him.
Simple as that.
Yep. For nothing. Nothing more than wanting to talk to Panisi.
And he did how many years? What, 10 years?
He did, I think altogether he did 17 and a half.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah.
But see, this is the reason that story is, important as to what he's doing now is you see the paranoia he had with, the Bloods, were everywhere and they were trying to kill me. It's the same paranoia he had 30 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
When this kid just wanted to talk to him.
Yeah.
And he was too scared to come outside. So he got another guy and they went and killed him.
He's a killer, bro. He's a killer.
It's a fucking shame, bro. It's a sad story, man. And that kid was loved in Glendale.
Yeah.
Let's see. Armando Santi is hard to beat as a mobster. You ain't kidding.
Oh, he's the best, man.
Yeah, definitely.
He speaks so quick. I wish I could speak quick like him,
Well, that's the thing. I didn't like that. There was the one thing that didn't make sense to me.
In the Gotti movie, yeah.
Yeah, is that I never heard
agree.
Gotti talk like that. But if you saw last night, Angel said that while we were on live, her mom told her that was very accurate.
Yeah. Well, the way he spoke, it was, but the pace of it was off. He was too quick. It was too much Armando Santi in the Gotti role. He should have been more Gotti, like slow it down a little bit, and he would have been perfect,
Yeah.
The script was very well written, the dialogue and all that. It was a great movie. And I loved I don't know his name, Vincent Pastore as Angelo Ruggiero. That was the best Angelo Ruggiero.
Well, he looked just like him.
Yeah. And I love Angelo Ruggiero, man. My friend, he idolizes him the most, more than Gotti. He loves Angelo Ruggiero. He thinks he's a character.
Well, he was a serious guy, man.
Yeah. And he was funny too, I heard. He had a sense of humor too,
Yeah, and people, people kind of turn him into this clown with the whole quack thing and shit.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is he was a big deal, and he was
yeah.
Gotti's connection to Neil Delacroce. He was Neil Delacroce's nephew.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's why Gotti and Delacroce were so close. But Quack was a serious dude, man. He just he couldn't stop talking on the fucking phone.
Yeah. He liked to talk,
That's what I was going to talk to you about doing a show about tonight, bro. Earlier, I love the fucking wiretaps, the real wiretaps.
Oh yeah, man. Me too.
Yeah, and I was listening to some today. I was even listening to Vito Rizzuto in Canada.
Oh, I don't think I've heard that one. I'm not real interested in the Canadian guys up there. I know it's the Bonanno family up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a satellite up there.
Yeah. I'm not too interested in that stuff either, but
they're real deal though up there though, because they just whacked a guy I think a year ago over some mafia family whacked like a big guy out there.
Yeah, they're doing more shit than American Cosa Nostra.
Yeah.
But they, I believe it was Vito Rizzuto too that took part in the three captains hit.
Yeah, I heard that they called him down with Messino, and
Yeah,
I heard he was there for some reason.
yeah. Yes, that's FBS do an interview with Spado. He's got history. Yeah, I'm gonna try. Me, John Gotti, I'll sever your motherfucking head. Yeah, that's one of
Yeah.
the best wiretaps that's out there.
When they had that was about a guy in Astoria who was in a catering hall running a gambling operation there. And
Yeah.
Gotti said, we had a game going there for 20 years. Is this rat cocksucker's name Spiro? You tell that son of a bitch. Me, John Gotti, will sever your motherfucking head off, you cocksucker.
Yeah.
He knows better to open up a game there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what that call was about. Somebody was trying to open up his own operation in Gotti's territory up there.
Yeah, my grandfather's guy was Fritzy. You know about Fritzy Giovanelli?
No, I don't think so. No. Doesn't
He was
say.
a captain up until just a couple of years ago. He died in, I think, 2019. He was a captain right under the chin back in the day.
Oh, the Genovese. Okay.
Yeah, but he had a lot of longevity. I mean, he was a captain when he died. And, he was, I think, fucking, what was he? 87 or 88 when he died.
Yeah.
But he was my grandfather's guy. Like my grandfather was childhood friends with him, and my
Okay.
grandfather was a bookie and a numbers runner and all that shit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and Fritzy did a lot of good stuff for my family, a lot of good stuff. But
Yeah.
he was also involved in the whole Al Sharpton thing.
What, in '89 when he got stabbed in Bensonhurst?
No. Al Sharpton was a rat.
Oh yeah, I heard that too. He was wearing a wire. Yeah.
Yeah, and he wore a wire against Fritzy and some Genovese guys.
Yeah. I don't remember Fritzy, but I remember it was another guy too. He was recording.
Yeah, and there's a wiretap out there of Fritzy. Out there somewhere, man. I don't know if it's still on YouTube, but it was funny as shit because they didn't talk about nothing, bro. It was like two old men talking about old men stuff, and it was so fucking funny to listen to because by the time they this wiretap had taken place, I think Fritzy was already in his fucking late 70s or something.
They were still trying to get him. How he kept himself out of jail, right? He managed to keep himself out of jail mostly, Fritzy.
Yeah, he did sometime, but I'll tell you what, he was involved in the murder of that detective, Anthony Venditti. He killed, well, they say he killed a detective in I want to say 83 in Howard Beach and outside a diner, and he shot the detective's partner, a woman.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name off the top of my head. But he went on trial, I think, 3 times for that and beat every trial.
Oh wow.
So he was a legend.
Yeah.
And that goes to show you what a big deal he is because first of all, you're not supposed to kill cops.
No, that's against the rules. Always from day one, that was against the rules.
Yeah, but secondly, if you do and they let that slide, then they also have to, if they're gonna let you live, they also have to let slide all the heat that you just brought on them by killing this detective.
Well, actually, you could kill a detective if he was working with you. Like you could kill a cop if he was working with you, but if he was just like an innocent cop just doing his job, that's a different story.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was following them.
Okay.
And the story is that Fritzy thought it was some other mob guys or something, and it was actually these two detectives. So no, it wasn't like this detective entered his world like Judge Halfont and Scarfo.
Yeah.
It wasn't that type of thing. This detective was just doing his job. So, he beat the trials on that.
Yeah.
He did do some time. Fritzy didn't do much. I mean, he was in that life. I'd have to say, Jesus, at least 50, 60 years.
Yeah. So he had a charmed life. He lived to a ripe old age. That's good, man. Good
Yeah, he died of natural causes. That doesn't happen often.
With his freedom,
Yeah, I know he had done a bid like in the early 2000s in Lewisburg for a few years. And after that Al Sharpton shit, he got a 20-year sentence. But I don't know. He didn't serve 20. I know.
Yeah. Al Sharpton. Didn't they go to Al Sharpton to get Sonny Francis out of jail? Al Sharpton went to Obama, and Obama got Sonny Francis out of jail finally. I heard that. They wrote to Sharpton because that was their last resort, and Sharpton went to Obama, and Obama actually released Sonny Francis before he left office.
I don't believe that because Sonny Franzese, Trump was in office when he got out.
Really?
I
No,
believe.
he was.
I think so. Sonny Franzese got out in what, like 17, 18?
Yeah, Obama left in 17. That's when they get all their pardons and shit. I
Yeah,
don't know. Whatever.
I don't know. You might be right. Let
I
me
don't know.
see.
I think I heard the handler, the guy who was taking care of Sonny in the end. I think he said that he was desperate. He was writing to everybody, and Sharpton was like the only one that answered him back. I don't know.
I'll check, but I don't know. You might be right.
Yeah, don't mind me.
Craig 5835 said it's true about Sharpton petitioning for Sonny.
Okay, thank you, Craig.
So maybe.
Maybe, baby.
I'll have you.
Yeah, see, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you remember that part in The Sopranos too,
Mm-hmm.
when James Gandolfini said that to I think Dr.
Yeah,
Malcolm.
that's where I get it from. Maybe, baby.
Yeah, maybe, baby.
Yeah, yeah, that's where I get it from.
Yeah. All right, let me see. I just want to look that up real quick because you might be right. And I honestly, I never heard that.
I think it's on YouTube. I think the guy who was taking care of Sonny, he had like his own little channel or something, and he was documenting Sonny in his last days, and he was telling how he got him sprung out of jail. Nobody else would help him. It's pretty disgusting. The guy was fucking 100 something years old, 90 years old. They're taking him on parole violations back to prison because he met with a guy. And then his son fucked him over. His son put him in jail, like 80 something years old, to save his own ass. Just disgusting, man.
Well, I will tell you this. I just Googled it.
Yeah.
And nowhere on the internet does Obama and Sonny Franzise's name appear anywhere together.
But you know how like the presidents, they like right before they leave office, they always pardon like a bunch of people.
Yeah, but it's not on here, so I highly doubt it.
Because he was the oldest guy ever in federal lockup, you know?
Yeah, but he was also due to get out.
He still got out a little earlier than he was supposed to.
He got out, he was 100 years old, and I think he only had...
I think he had like 3 more years left. 2 or 3 more years left on his sentence.
But on 85%?
What do you mean?
Like if he got 10, he would do 8.5. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I don't know if that's true, man. I'm gonna keep looking into that shit.
Yeah, keep digging. Yeah, I don't want to look like a liar over here.
No, you're not a liar.
No, I know what you're saying.
It might be misinformation.
Of course, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but Al Sharpton is a fucking snake, bro. All that shit about caring about the black community, and he was trying to buy, multiple keys of cocaine so he could push it in the black community. You know what I mean? And he got himself caught, and he became a fucking a rat, and he wore wires against a lot of Genovese guys.
Yeah. I mean, I like the fat Al Sharpton more than the skinny Al Sharpton. The fat Al Sharpton was at least a little funny, but he caused a lot of trouble back in the days. He caused a lot of riots in Bensonhurst and Howard Beach, and just a lot of needless bullshit. Like he stirred the flames of the fire back then. I mean, say what you want about Al, I don't know. But yeah, he was wearing a wire and shit. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. Salrad Mundy said FBS, they did pardon quietly. Sharpton admitted he helped. Well, listen, let's be honest, Sal. You can't pardon quietly. That's public record. They put out the list of pardons.
Yeah.
As soon as the president does his last pardons, that list is out there. And you can't quietly pardon Sonny Franzese, especially if you're Obama, because, Republicans would have used that in a heartbeat to trash Obama, that he let a mob boss out. So, you know what I mean? There's reasons I don't believe there's reasons I just don't buy that.
Yeah.
And as for Sharpton admitting he helped, consider the source. Sharpton will say anything. You know what I mean? So I don't know. He was a compassionate release. Yeah, that's more than likely.
Okay,
to tell you the truth, though, as far as I understood it, his sentence was just up. Mickey Griggs says he was never pardoned.
He was such a stand-up guy, man. He never fucking ratted to the end, man. And he was kind of still sharp at the end, too. Like, he had his senses about him. Like, he was a tough guy, man. Always respected and feared by everybody.
But if what Michael says is true, it's really yeah, right, Frank Calabria. If what Michael said was true, his father is a good example of how treacherous that life is, because there's a good chance Sonny was going to let Michael get killed.
I mean, that's the life, man. You break the rules. I mean, it could be your brother, it could be your father. You got to whack him. I mean, didn't
Yeah, but come on. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's so treacherous. Is that
yeah,
they'll expect you to not commit the murder, but to be okay with the murder of your own son. And Sonny Franzese might have been okay with that.
like what Scarfo did with the Narducci's. They whacked Narducci, and then they took his sons and said, "Listen, it has nothing to do with you. We're not going to blame you for the sins of your father." And they had to roll with it, and they're made guys in the Scarfo family, even though they know Scarfo killed their own father. But the
Yeah,
father broke the rules. That's
yeah,
the life, you
absolutely.
know. You got to accept the life. You got to kill your own brother if you have to. It's crazy.
I have to acknowledge this. Slug 619. I love shit like this, Gunsmoke. Tell me if this makes sense to you.
Okay.
FBS, still love your show. Been here since day one. But damn, your beef with Lee needs to stop or go at him. You're flip flopping with him. Do you have any idea what the fuck he is talking about, Gunsmoke?
He's either saying,
No,
either
I know what he's
shut up
saying.
about Lee or fucking go at him 100% full force, fucking
I know
annihilate him.
exactly what he's saying, but what did I say about Lee?
You said you don't want any problems. You're not going to talk about Lee anymore
Exactly. So what is he
because
talking about? My beef with Lee. There's
people are
no beef.
entertained, bro. They love this shit. They want to see this shit. And
That's
some
what it is.
people are just trolls, you know.
That's what Slug
And it is
619
funny
is
to
about.
see fucking Lee go off the fucking rant and fucking cocksucker motherfucker. Come on, you know that's hilarious, bro.
It
Even though I
was.
love Lee, I think he's hilarious. He's a character, man.
Absolutely. But Slug 619, I think that's what he wants. I think he wants me, he wants a lot of these people want that stuff to continue.
I want to see it once in a while. I don't want to see it every day. I want you guys to be friends most of the time and get along. But sometimes, guys got egos or they're testy with each other. I don't know. You got a lot of testosterone going on with guys. Some guys don't get along. Sometimes you love them, sometimes you hate them. You know.
Yeah, I just don't get what he means, because I haven't said a fucking word negative about Lee in 2 days.
No, you haven't.
So maybe he's confused and just hasn't been watching.
You just said earlier you were gonna. He released a video. And you didn't want to talk about it. So there you go.
Yeah, exactly. You hate Lee one day, the next you're cool. All I'm saying, we're not cool. When we talked on MRE's show, which you might not have seen because it was in the middle of the night, and it was Mob Rats took it down right away. But I said, and Lee agreed. I said there can't be any friendship, there can't be any communication, and we'll just stop mentioning each other, and it'll end that way. So we're not cool with each other. We're just not gonna, we're not gonna keep doing this bullshit. I
And
hope.
and Lee did say he likes you regardless of anything, no matter what. He still likes you anyway. So there you
Yeah.
go.
So I'll see. Now, who knows? That video that he put out, it was a pre-recorded video, I think, right before I got on tonight.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he was leaning in that direction. He was getting real close. And even if he wasn't, I mean, fact is, and I'm not worried about it, but he was subliminally taking shots at me because he's talking about a group of us attacking him. You know what I mean? So
Well, I didn't see it, so I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
That's funny. Wait, let me go up to Wise Guy TV. I'm overly Wise Guy TV. That is Lee probably trying to get you to talk about him. Hey, you never know, bro. But I'm not going to take the bait. DL and Brock. And the second somebody retaliates and fights back with Lee, it turns into a world war crisis. Poor me. Well, why is it always me? Why are they picking on me? LMBO, I'm calling every lawyer in
You
Texas.
know, look, man, Lee has had a rough couple of years, especially the past year with his family and all that. He's had a rough life, and I guess, with all these trolls going at him and all this shit that's going on in YouTube, I'm finally starting to see like the little bit of YouTube, how it is really, and what Jimmy was talking about, like, how people are in this YouTube world. And I understand he's going under a lot of pressure, and he's just, snapping, he's very testy. Even if I try to disagree with him, he's like, no, come on, Gunsmoke, get the fuck out of here. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Let's see. Somebody just said, yeah, I know, bro. Mickey Riggs just said he was FBS. What, talking shit about me? Fill me in. Let's see. Rock, you have no content.
What? This is the content, baby. You don't like it, you're watching it.
Rock, you're making a comment. And I have no content.
He's the content now. We're talking about him now.
Yeah, for real. This is a guy I've never seen in my chats before. Probably hasn't watched any of my videos, or he's just in denial. The fact is, as far as different types of content, I have more than any of these other channels. You got to admit that, Gunsmoke.
Of course, you're not number one for no reason, you know.
I do different shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do different shit all the time.
You're always
So
having a pop up like it's like always random. You always have like an actor come on, or you know somebody else come on, or like you know people, family members of mob guys come on.
Yeah, I try to, I do different things. I do mob stuff. I do addiction and recovery stuff.
Oh, that too. There you go. That too.
Yeah, I
You
do.
know, I don't tune in as much to that stuff. I'm not interested, but you know, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's good
I
that
do.
you talk about that though, because some people need to hear that. You know, it's
Yeah.
good for them.
Yeah, I do the interviews. I do the shows with Shan. I do different shit.
Yeah.
Let's see. There was something else I just saw that I wanted to. Anthony Sparrow, yeah. He's saying I'm the one responsible for the page in the video. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. That's all I'll say. I'm not going to get into get into it with Lee. I'm not going to start trashing me. I'm not going to do that. But I saw the beginning of the video. Saying basically that the trolls again, and how the trolls fooled everyone, and how a troll emailed him and apologized for. I don't believe it. I'll never believe it.
He's talking about John Wolf probably because he was gonna team up with him, and then I think John Wolf doxed him or something, and now it's fuck John Wolf again. I think I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not buying. No matter who says it, that it's just some group of trolls. I know better, so I'm not even gonna get into it. But there's no point in trying to say that. The Calandra 4, yeah, I heard.
Who's that?
The us apparently. Me, Thin Gray Line, Stacks, and me, Thin Gray Line, Stacks. Who am I forgetting?
It's never me. I'm not famous enough yet. Who is it?
Who the fuck am I forgetting? Oh, well, Calandras. That's who I'm forgetting. Yeah, it's me. It would be me, Jimmy, Stacks, and Thin Gray Line.
Okay.
Yeah, we're the Calandra 4 apparently.
The Rat Pack.
Yeah, we're a band now. That's a good name. We could start a band. FBS. Sonny was not pardoned or sentence commuted by Obama. He was compassionately released for being 100 years old. See, there you
go. All right.
I could see, don't get me wrong, though. I could see Sharpton saying some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Well, thank you, Caesar. Topia.
See, there you go. It's not all negative out there.
It's not all negative. The cricket sleeps with the fishes. Fuck, I lost it.
The cricket sleeps with the fish.
Okay, Sharpton, I agree.
Did you whack that cricket, or he just left on his own?
Yeah, I know, huh?
Did you whack the cricket, or it left on his own?
That one I had left on its own. The one you have is still there.
You still hear it?
Bro, hold on, wait. Let me hear. Yes.
Hold on.
How do you not hear that, cuz?
Because I have headphones on. I have like those big gamer headphones on. I took it off right now. I hear what you're saying.
Oh, you hear it?
Yeah, it's outside my window. Yeah. All right.
Well, there you go. Now you gotta put that cricket in a video.
Damn. Thank God I don't have the AC on right now. It'd be very bad noise.
Yeah, for real. T Dizzle, you're wrong, FBS. Watch the damn vids. What vids?
The vids. You know the
what
vids.
Vids am I supposed to watch? What am I
The vids, you know the vids.
The vids. I thought the vid was COVID.
You know what part I like in Analyze This? When the guy says consigliere and he slaps him in the face. It's like
Consigliere.
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 Yeah, I love that shit.
Yankees for life. FBS, give a big shout out to Carlos the Godfather. A shout out to Carlos Muniz. Where is he? I don't. Is he in here?
Shout out to Cuban B too. That's my guy. Cuban B, Yankees, Miss, can't be wrong.
Hell yeah, man. Those are the ride or dies,
Pretty
bro.
Monita.
Yeah.
K Mac.
Ride or dies.
Primo. I can't forget my guy Primo. That's my guy.
Frankie Calabria, the vids. He's crying.
The vids, you know.
Here goes Carlos. Rock, suck a dick, bro. Go do your own show. We're talking about what content we have.
How many viewers do we have right now? How many viewers do we have?
257.
There you go.
There you go.
Go watch something else. Find something better.
Lee Cole the turd. Oh my god, the turd. You guys owe me $100 for my new phone. Oh, that's fucked up. I'm not gonna fuck around about that.
The turd Manator.
The turd. Yeah, I don't know. I'll watch the rest of that video when I get off, but you know, I'm not buying that. I'm not gonna fall for it. So, you know, about the trolls thing. That's just
yeah. I mean,
see, unfortunately, MRE gave him that scapegoat, you know, by saying, "Oh, it's the trolls," because, you know, I just think by him saying that he was able to give Lee that scapegoat as far as that stuff. You know,
I don't think these guys know who it is, man. To
No,
be
of course
honest,
not.
everybody's paranoid right now. Everybody's paranoid,
and they're not sending anybody an email apologizing and stuff. You know what I mean? That shit's good. So, but I'm not getting on it. I'm chilling. I'm not saying nothing.
It's too much shit going on right now.
For real. The answers the troll on phone. Let's see. You know what I was reading about today?
What?
Let me see right here.
Oh, and Jen. I forgot Jen. I love Jen. But
yeah.
She loves to call me a her.
You know who that is?
Eddie Lino, captain of the Gambinos. Good friend of John Gotti. Actually, he was in on the Castellano hit too.
He was one of the shooters.
Yeah.
And he is also the guy that organized the killing of Willie Boy Johnson.
Oh, he did with Tommy Karate, right?
Yep, he did it for John Gotti. He got Tommy Karate and Kojak.
That was a few months before he got murdered himself, right?
Yeah.
He got murdered in November. I think Willie Boy was in August.
Well, no, he got killed. Eddie Lino got killed November 6, 1990. Willie Boy Johnson, I want to say, was 88 or 89.
88, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. 88, yeah.
Yeah, 88. Yeah.
It was, you're right.
But yeah, you know, Eddie Lino was in his black Mercedes, his 1990 Mercedes. He was on
Bell Parkway.
A little side road right off the Bell Parkway, a service road. And he got pulled over by the Mafia cops.
Yep.
Louis Eppolito, Stephen Caracappa. They approached the car under the guise of a traffic stop.
I think they asked him about his cousin. They mentioned his cousin's name to distract him or something.
Yep. And when, you know, he looked down or whatever, the Caracappa unloaded his gun into him.
The whole clip I heard.
Yeah.
And the car slowly rolled into like a fence or something or a tree.
Yeah, I actually have the picture. I don't have it up here yet, though.
It's an infamous picture, yeah.
The picture of him behind the wheel.
It's in my first video that I posted about Jimmy. I posted that picture in there.
Oh, did you?
In the intro, yeah.
Yeah. But you know, he was a father of 5, and he was
oh wow, 5 kids.
Yeah. But you know, he had 2 to a previous marriage, and I think 3 to his current wife at the time.
Yeah.
You know, when he died. But he was a stone cold gangster, bro.
I heard he was respected though. He was a gentleman, you know.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
He was also a killer, yeah, stone cold killer.
Yeah, and a service tech, a crime scene tech that was at the scene that night actually was one of the first people to think, you know, to say that he or she thought that police had to be involved because Eddie Leno was such a a high profile gangster and a serious guy
Yeah.
that they knew he wouldn't just pull over for anyone.
Yeah.
That if he pulled over, it most likely was cops.
Of course. Yeah. He's not
You
gonna
know what I
run.
mean?
Yeah. You know why they killed him though, right?
Well, two reasons.
Okay.
They killed him for the Castellano hit
Yep.
and in revenge for a gas pipe being shot by Jimmy
Oh,
Heidel.
okay, Jimmy Heidel. Yeah, I thought only Ange was in on that. I didn't know Eddie Leno had anything to do with
I believe
gas
so.
pipe.
Yeah, I believe he did.
Thought it was just quack quack.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Eddie Leno was in on it. But if nothing else, then it's for the.
Oh, I think Eddie Leno went to Jerry Heidel, and that's how that's why he was involved. Because Ange went to Eddie Leno, and Eddie Leno went to
Yeah,
Heidel.
exactly. Yeah, you made me question myself, you fucker.
Sorry.
But yeah, that's what I believe, and that's the name I think that Jimmy Heidel gave to gas pipe when he was being tortured.
Yeah,
Um,
I
so
thought he did with Ange.
they say that it was because of a message to Gotti about the unsanctioned hit
Yep.
in Castellano.
Yeah.
But gas pipe was going to kill anybody that was involved in him being shot. That's why he tortured Jimmy Heidel to get that information.
I understand why the Chin was upset with Gotti about that hit on Castellano because he didn't go to him. But how could you expect him to go to him? At least he went to the other families and got the permission. He did try to do the right thing and get the permission from the other families. He got it, not on record, but he got permission, except from the Genovese. Like they should have just let that slide. But the Chin was the Chin. The rules.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I'm sorry, man. But yeah, more about Eddie Leno. I'm sorry. I always drift off.
No, you're right. No, that's what we're supposed to do. Yeah, no, you're right. Because I mean, it is all it's all like a big web. Like there's so many. Like you'll take one mob story and find out that there's 15 people from all 5 families involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there is a lot behind every story.
Yeah.
But the Eddie Leno thing, I don't know. It of course brings to mind Bobby Borriello.
Yeah, he died like a man, though. I heard he had like a jar of tomato sauce from the Gottis that he was coming home with. And when he was walking up to the steps, the Lucchese's pulled up on him and screamed out his name. And he threw the jar at the car before they shot him. He threw the jar at them. And that's when they unloaded on him. That's what I heard. That's how he died.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever heard that. Did you watch when I had his son on?
I caught clips of it. I didn't see the whole thing though, but his son is pretty good. I have him in my videos too sometimes when I do the skits. I think he's pretty funny, man. I like that guy. And he was a diehard.
Yeah, Patrick is a hell of a guy, man. And he told the story about that day, because he saw the car pull up.
He was at the movies, wasn't he? And
he was on his way. His mom, his friend's mom and his friend picked him up. Yeah. And as they were pulling away from the house, his dad had just pulled up. And as he was pulling away from the house, he saw another car pull up.
Oh, shit.
And he didn't know who was in it. But then while he was at the movies, it was John Jr. and fuck, man. I can't remember who was with John Jr. But they went and got Patrick and they took him outside the movie theater and they told him, look,
Jesus,
we're going to have to do what men do now and pick up the pieces. Your father's gone.
Wow. And Bobby was like, I think, best man at Junior's wedding, right?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they were best friends. And, he told the story about how Bobby Borriello was a trip. His father was a trip and how even at funerals, John Jr. wouldn't stand next to Bobby Borriello because he would make him laugh and say crazy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's that bro. You got to watch that whole Borriello interview, man.
I'm gonna go back and watch it now too.
That was a terrific interview, man. He really told us everything. And he's a great guy. I still talk to him from time to time.
I think he's a good actor, man. I like the way he talks. He's got that thick accent, you know. He's got the split in his hair too. He's a funny guy, man.
Yeah, he told me before that interview, like, don't worry about anything. Ask me whatever you want.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like he was. So it was, bro. It gets uncomfortable asking questions like to ask him about the killing of his father. That was
It's a
uncomfortable.
very personal thing to
But-
ask, you know.
But you got to ask it.
Of course, because people, you know, you got to document it. You're just documenting history, basically. When you interview somebody,
Yeah, I mean, look at the interview with Jimmy when I asked him about that lady's murder. You know what I mean?
you
That
got
was
very emotional. Yeah.
yeah. So, but this is stuff you have to ask. You can't ask somebody their story and leave such a a huge part of that out of it, a huge
Yeah.
part of their story out of it.
And these guys understand that, though. They understand it, you know. They're going to be asked these questions.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why he told me because when I asked him, hey, is it all right if I ask before I even finished? He was like, bro, no worries, ask me anything you want, I'll answer. So he knew what I was getting at. You know what I mean? James Dominguez says, I actually like the kid. He made some good decisions. He did, man. Like he told us, he did get involved in the street shit for a while. I think some stealing cars, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, he went the right route, and look at him now.
Yeah. And he was hilarious in Die Hard with a Vengeance. Oh, he's like, look, the whole city should be happy, or whatever the hell he said, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Well, and as Little Slick too,
Little Slick.
in A Bronx Tale.
Isn't that D'Onofrio? He was in A Bronx Tale?
The D'Onofrio was teenage Slick.
Oh, you're right. Yes, you're right. The
Right
kid,
here,
the
bro.
little kid. Yeah, you're right. Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
I just thought about it right before you posted the pic. Yeah.
And if you remember what they're talking about in this scene on the porch, on the stoop,
They're talking about
it's controversial. It wouldn't be allowed to be said today in a movie. You know what I'm talking about?
even even though that movie was great for race relations and all that. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. He talked
Yeah.
about certain kinds of people in the neighborhood and stuff. And remember, he was like, "Yeah, well, my father said that's how it starts."
Yeah. Exactly. We don't want them in our neighborhood. Well, that's how it starts. Like they're not
Yeah.
bothering nobody.
Yeah, so it was a trip for me, man, because I got to interview Little Slick and Older Slick. Because Joseph D'Onofrio played Older Slick.
Nice. So there you
And then
go.
Crazy Mario, Lilo Brancato, Kalojita. You know what I mean? I got to interview. I watched that movie now, and I'm like, holy shit! Everybody in front of the Deuces Wild Social Club.
Deuces, wow.
I got to interview. Joseph D'Onofrio was on live today, and I was talking to him for a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's cool, man. I like that guy too. He's funny.
Yeah, he was selling tickets for his comedy show, and he was also showing some pictures of some newer graffiti he did and shit. Because he's real good at graffiti.
I wish he was in more movies, man. I don't know why he's not in more movies. That guy.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. Who knows? I'm sure he'll be anything mob related that comes out. He'll be in.
Yeah, I hope so.
I would think so.
I know he's in Gravesend. He's on that show. I don't know if he got whacked yet on that show, but I know he's on that show.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh shit. Oh my god, I put the wrong thing up.
The fuck was that from Lee?
Raymundi.
Oh, okay. I just saw it looked like a class action lawsuit.
No, this is, check it out. This is the report that Jackson Police Department posted on, I guess, Facebook about let me take this comment off here.
38
About
caliber Derrick.
Raymundi shooting himself.
He said he didn't shoot himself.
Yeah, he said he didn't. He did. It's right here.
So he's a cheddar Bob.
Absolutely, bro.
Wow.
That's it.
Look at this. So that's the only fucking that's the only thing we could dig up on him was this. He's got no other history.
Not much. Let's see. Where is he? There he is.
Look at him. Just did an 8-ball of coke, fucking drunk out of his mind off of whiskey. Making a phone call to some friggin' escort.
Calling a loan shark.
Yeah. Look at this guy. What a sleazeball. He looks like Ron Jeremy in the 70s. Man. Look at this guy. I wish I could grow a mustache like that, though. I fucked up my mustache, shaving.
Yeah, well, tomorrow you better be ready, goddamn.
Oh God, I look weird, man. I look very weird.
Well, I was telling Shanna about that tonight because I had to do my fucking stupid beard today.
Yeah,
And I was like, baby, you don't understand. Like, you can't fuck it up. Like, if I fuck this up, I'm gonna look crazy. You don't. I don't even want to use the word what I look like when I don't have a fucking mustache and shit.
yeah. It's
So,
horrible, man.
but see, you, it's different with you, bro, because you're not on here much. They wouldn't even know.
That's true.
They would
I,
know what you look like. You know.
I don't want my first impression to be looking like a weirdo, you know. And then the trolls come out, and eviscerate you.
Look.
Look at that. I love that guy, man. He's a ball breaker. He breaks my balls sometimes too, but I still love him anyway. This guy.
He's
This guy's a
hilarious. Take it
fucking
down
awesome
unless you want
character.
another lawsuit, jag off.
I love this guy.
That's funny shit. Yeah, Slug 619. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what the conversation is going on, but I don't have anything going on with Lee right now, and hopefully nothing starts.
Yeah. I'm sure something will appear. Something will pop up soon. The drama never ends in Mob Tube.
I'm gonna enjoy it while it lasts, man. You know what I mean? That's why I probably shouldn't even watch that video that he dropped tonight. I probably shouldn't even watch it, but I'm gonna do my best to just ignore it.
Yeah.
There's no plan. There's really no plan. Let's see.
None of this is planned, but people think it's planned. Some people think this is all like a ruse to get views and shit. This drama going on.
Oh, I know. Could you imagine?
And I'm seeing for myself. It's not. It's the real deal. This is really,
The
people
shit,
really pissed off at each other.
Yeah, the shit the shit that we've said about each other. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Slug 619. Slug 619, you're starting to irritate me. Go fuck yourself, bro. If you don't like what I'm doing, please leave.
He was getting at me the other day too. He's a little character.
Yeah. Please just leave, man, and stop whining like a little bitch. Okay, I'm gonna do what the fuck I feel like doing, and I'm not gonna let you or anybody else tell me what I should or shouldn't do. You don't know what I fucking do, man. You have no fucking idea. And you want this drama, obviously. You're like the little fucking kid behind the bully. Do it, get him. You know what I mean? Like the little nag. Bro,
Instigators.
Stop the drama. What drama? You see what I'm doing tonight? You see any drama on this show? The fuck are you talking about? You're late, I think, bro. I think you meant to comment this like 4 nights ago. Maybe you were watching the wrong video before this, and then you accidentally commented on this one. But there hasn't been any drama in a couple of days.
Better say the drama for your mama.
Styling on profile and said, "Bro, don't even watch it. Move on." Yeah, I might not.
Oh, and I want to say to Mickey, yes, I know jag off is a Chicago term and jerk off is a New York term, but I prefer to say jag off. That's what I like to refer to people as.
Jag-off is a big Pittsburgh thing too.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know it as a Chicago thing, but I just love it so much.
Yeah. It's Anthony Luciano Raimondi. You're all going to hell for the sins you've committed on Mob Tube.
I've tried to remain neutral, goddammit.
5 years from now, they're gonna miss John Gotti.
We already do. That was such a true statement.
Yeah, absolutely.
For me, anyway.
I think he said 10 years, but yeah.
Yeah, no, he's right. No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great scene too. You know what's funny is when I got my first case, it was the first time I'd gotten set up by an informant, and he had to testify against me and all
Jesus.
that. And when I got out, I wanted to make a mixtape because I hadn't touched my turntables in a long time.
Yeah.
So my first fucking order of business, damn near after family stuff, was to make a new mixtape because I would do good, man. Like I would take them to a friend's record store, and we'd easily sell like 500 copies.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And just split the money and shit. And I made one with the intro dedicated to the rat, right? And it was the scene where he's talking about, people being stand-up guys. You know,
Yeah.
my brother Gene, he's doing 100 years. They don't
Opening
roll.
scene, yeah.
Yeah, they don't roll. They don't rat. And then when he says about every morning they have to look in the mirror. Well, wait, every morning they wake up, they have to look in the mirror and see the rat. Something
Yeah,
like
he
that.
touches his face.
Look
Yeah.
at the rat. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and I used that as an intro. It was sick, and I put camera on the instrumental I put behind it was "What Means the World to You."
Okay.
It was actually
Oh,
like
that sounds sick. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was like the Roxanne,
Yeah. I
you
remember
know,
the song.
Sting. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
What means the world to you? My money, my you know,
yeah.
yeah.
Exactly, bro. I put that behind it, and yeah, it was sick. It was dope.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I can't put my DJ name out there, Mustache Pete. I apologize. Gives too much away. BK Style Crook. I got two MK 1200s. I got some of my records from DJ Frankie Bones. Oh, that's what's up. Sell me the 1200s, please.
Yo, did you used to DJ at clubs and stuff? Because I used to DJ for a little bit in 2005 at this lounge in like near Hofstra. It was like on the strip near Hofstra University.
Yeah.
Yo, man, time of my life over there, bro. Time of my life. I was banging so many girls, and I'm not Jimmy A Light over here. All right, I'm just being honest. It was fun, man. It was a lot of fun DJing, man.
Everybody loves the DJ.
Yeah.
Were you got skills like that?
No, they had bullshit equipment. I wasn't really into it, I just did it, this guy knew I was into music and all that. I was like a fucking rat over there, fucking there every day. So he was like, "Hey, I need a DJ, man. You know a lot about music. You think you could do it?" I was like, "Yeah." So I made like my own little mixtapes, and he didn't have like the scratching equipment and all that. He just had like the shit you put the CD in the mixer, and then like it has like the blender, like you could, put the songs together. It's basic, not like what you're doing with the sick scratching. Like that hit 'em up video you put out was sick, bro. And I love Tupac, so I really appreciated that video.
Yeah, I got some more. I might put one up tonight just for the fuck of it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let me pull up this Howard Stern fucking reference. Baba Booey just sold 2,000 of his vinyls for $3,000.
I remember he was a collector, that guy.
Pieces of vinyl. They fucking clowned him because he would say he had pieces of vinyl.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
David Padilla, Triumph beat, crazy.
Oh yeah,
loved it. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what. When I first got that CD, I was driving. I was going to a friend of mine's house. He was in the city. I was right outside of the city, right? Yeah. And I was driving to his house, and this was back then, like
97.
Yeah. There wasn't really we didn't have cell phones. What I mean? Like some people didn't have call waiting, and I had been calling him to tell him I'm coming over. Same time he was calling me to tell me he's coming over. So I'm listening to Wu-Tang Clan Triumph. I'll never forget it because that song brings back this memory now.
Yeah.
I'm driving to his house, bro, and a dude in front of me stopped short, and I hit him, and I got all busted up. You know what I mean? Car was totaled, head hit the steering wheel. And yo, when I lifted my head, dude is right across from me on the other side. Like we were passing each other as I got in the accident.
Oh Jesus!
Me and my friend.
He saw it go down.
Yeah, he saw the whole thing. Yep.
Wow.
He was just about to pass me on the other side of the road as it happened. And that's the friend. I don't know if you ever heard the story, but that's the friend that he got all stabbed up. They broke into his house and they waited because they couldn't find the money. So he was a fairly big time hustler.
Yeah. So when he died?
No. What happened was they broke into his house, right? And they couldn't find the money, so they just hid. He wasn't home. He was out with his girl and their baby. And when he got home, he just got back from shopping. He bought a bunch of like Coogee sweaters. They're like 800 a piece at the time.
Yeah.
What was the jackets?
8-ball jackets or Averex?
Averex, the Averex leathers. Yeah, he bought a black Averex leather and shit. Anyway, they were in his closet hiding. And him and his girl and the baby went to bed all in the same bed. The baby was sleeping in between them. These motherfuckers jump out of the closet and start stabbing him and his girl.
And the woman too. Wow.
Yeah. Luckily they didn't hit the baby, but they his girl, she got her hamstring sliced. Like they fucked them up. And my friend Sean, he jumped up because they started running. I can't remember if he told them where the money was or if they just grabbed money he had on him or so. I don't remember the whole story. All I know is they wound up running off with about 17,000 cash, and
Damn.
after stabbing them and shit. And Sean got up and started chasing them. He ran out of his house in his boxers and he was shooting at them while they were running up the street. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So he tells me about this, and this is my friend. So I'm like, just let me know what I could do. I'm gonna get him. Blah blah blah.
That's an inside job, bro. That's an inside job. He knew those guys knew he had money in the house.
Yeah. Well, we found out who it was.
Okay.
And I told him, like, let me know. You know what I mean? It was some guys that were here from Boston, but they knew Sean's cousin and all that shit. And they had told him, I guess he found out that the dude, one of the guys that robbed him, had just bought a car, but he didn't have any insurance on the car yet. So I'm like, all right, well, hit me up when you know where the car is. So he called me up one morning, like 5:30 in the morning, and he's like, yo, the car is 3 blocks from me.
Yeah.
So I went and I got a 5-gallon drum of gasoline. And I went to the fucking corner where the car was parked. And bro, it was just getting light out because it was like summertime, you know what I mean? It was like 30 something by the time I got there. And I poured the gas all over the car and I lit it on fire.
Nice.
And it was wild, bro. I was under the influence.
Are you working for Vinny Asaro now? Fucking setting cars on fire?
I was crazy. I did that shit twice in my life.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. That was my thing. But it turned into a big thing, man. And, it wasn't, somebody saw me and shit.
Yeah, that's a big deal, bro. Blowing up a fucking car. I mean,
yeah, it was crazy. Bro, I did crazy shit, man. Especially when I was under the influence of something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would do wild shit.
Good times, though. Good times.
Yeah. You're talking about at this point, 27 years ago, you know what I mean? But I would do some wild shit.
Well, the 90s were a crazy time. The last of like the days when you had freedom. There weren't that many cameras around to see you do shit, and not everybody had a fucking camera phone. And I don't know.
Yeah,
you could get away with more shit back then.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I mean, now you'd have, you do something like that, you're gonna be caught on 7 different angles from 7 different cameras. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that. But yeah, back in the day, shit was different, man. That's like how Jimmy talks on Smoking Tommy. It certainly did, because my crazy ass, I fucking drove back around the block. Like, rather than just taking off, I wanted to make sure that shit was burning.
Yeah.
So I drove back around the fucking block. By the time I was coming back up the block, somebody had ran out of their house and was kind of directing traffic away from it.
Yeah.
Everybody came out of their houses and was in the street. I was a fucking
I would do some dumb shit like that too and drive back to the scene a little bit, see what's going on,
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. It was it was just nutty shit I would do, man. Like, when you're young, bro, you feel invincible. You're not worried about jail or none of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll just do whatever.
Yeah.
And a lot of the craziest shit most of us done is when we were young. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's why they're so dangerous now, bro. Like, even in the city I talked about living in, up until a couple of years ago. It's not the old heads you got to worry about. The kids will kill you for nothing.
Little 15-year-old, little 10-year-old, especially in Chicago. Holy shit, what's going on in Chicago the past few decades now, especially the past 5 years? It's fucking 50 people shot every weekend, I mean,
yeah, if you go into
yeah,
if you go into he had no insurance. That's why I actually did it. But I know what you're talking about. What the fuck was I gonna say? What were we just talking about?
Oh, you just threw me off with the fucking insurance. We were talking about the car. No, we were talking about God damn it. Listen, I smoke too much weed for you to be asking me questions like that.
Somebody refresh our memories.
You're supposed to know.
What were we just talking about?
Yeah, that's what the chat's for. Chicago.
Chicago,
The violent kids. Yeah.
Thank you, Marco Ritz. Yeah. Bro, if you look up any of those murders like that are happening in the inner cities like that, bro. It's not the older guys. It's
It's the
like
young
all those
kids.
murders are being committed by kids like 15 through 21, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they don't give
13-year-olds.
a
Yeah,
fuck.
they'll blow your fucking head off. And when you're that young, you really don't give a shit. Like I don't know, for some reason, I guess you don't know any better. You don't have. Well, I did, but some of these kids don't have value for human life. You know, they just
Yeah,
don't. I mean, as they get older and they do a little prison time, then they find God somehow, and then it's oh, I shouldn't have done that. It's hard what these. It's horrible what these kids are doing. But
yeah.
you
That
know,
one, and I do advanced hair systems. That shit probably happens all the time.
wow, that's hilarious.
Well, you never saw his name,
No, I never seen that name before.
bro.
I didn't even know about the wig until a few days ago when you posted that video with Lee, which was awesome to see Lee like that too in his prime form.
Yeah, he's a funny dude, man. He's got another name too. He's a trip. But yeah, bro, I remember back in the day, I was one of these guys. I was, it was basically a connect of mine for coke and shit. He was talking about how we could get this and this for that, a cheap price and blah blah blah. So I'm like, where do we got to go? This motherfucker said Cabrini Green. You know
Cabrini
what
Green.
Cabrini Green is, right?
No, it sounds like the Copacabana to me.
Oh, bro, Cabrini Green is projects. They're not there anymore. They tore them down, but they were projects in on the south side of Chicago
Okay.
that are like it's blocks and blocks. I forget how big. Somebody can fill me in here. It was a huge, housing projects.
Talking about Old Block? You know about Old Block?
Yeah, but no, not that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's the same thing.
No, okay.
Yeah, Cabrini Green, bro, was a fucking night. Like, you don't. The only time you want to, like, it'd be cool to visit if you're a gun. That's about the only way you. I was like, you're fucking. The city took it down because all the crime. Yeah, but they actually made it worse by taking it down because they kind of see in those projects, everybody was kind of separated. Their sets and shit. You know what I mean? And like when they tore those projects down, they kind of put all of them in the same fucking place. You know what I mean? Like without that separation between them.
Yeah.
So I think the murders and shootings and shit in Chicago actually went up.
Bro, Chicago has been violent like that for at least 100 years since Big Jim Colosimo days. I mean, very, very violent Chicago has always been, even before when Al Capone got there. I mean, it's just even the nice parts of Chicago now, they're killing you right on the fucking strip. Like it looks like a strip on Beverly Hills, and they're blasting these guys right in the middle of the street, broad daylight, cowboy style. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. Kelly G's, your comments are posted. I'm looking at it. Oh, you see it? Okay. Yeah, I don't know if, let me see if I see it earlier. Yeah, you got one right here. So these moderators keep erasing my comments. What the fuck is wrong with you morons?
Kelly G's is cool.
Yeah, your comments are right here, bro. They didn't erase them. Look, here's another one. I think people are absolutely retarded who don't leave the house with a gun on. Who do not leave the house with a gun on them.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm at home. I have my 45 when I leave the house. Yeah, but not really, bro. I know what you're saying. Like, and it's good to have. Yeah, but I mean, 90% of people are never going to be the victim of a violent crime. I mean, sometimes there's no reason to have a gun on you. And look at what happens in some cases. Like, the woman in the fucking grocery store. She had her infant, or I'm sorry, toddler daughter, in the part of the cart, where they sit at the top, whatever.
Yeah.
And she had her purse in there. And the fucking little girl took the gun out and shot her mom and killed her.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So there's some people don't need to have guns on them, bro, because they don't know how to handle it.
You live by the gun, you die by the gun sometimes too. But it's you're more likely to get in trouble walking outside with a gun than without it. I mean, some people have to walk around with guns though, because you'd rather be caught with it than without it.
Yeah, like Cali G's, we're cool, and I know what you're saying, but you're looking at it as you've been shot before. Let's ask how many people in this chat have been, like in other words, this is like when somebody says, "Bro, COVID ain't shit. I had it and I'm fine." Yeah, but it killed the next guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, you've been shot, bro. But and you can carry a gun everywhere you want, and I'm not against anybody doing it. What I'm telling you, bro, is that Not every. There you go. You've been carrying a gun on you for 25 years, zero problem. So you didn't need it for 25 years, right? Gun smoke. You know
But
what I'm
again,
saying?
rather be caught with it than without it. If he's been shot
Oh,
before, then he has every right to defend himself. Because I'd be paranoid too, because you don't want it to happen
absolutely,
again.
absolutely. But
But some people don't need to carry guns. Most people don't need to carry guns. You know, it's not necessary, and there'd probably be a lot less crime, or well, murders at least.
what if people carried guns?
If people didn't carry guns, if most people didn't carry guns anymore, you know, because sometimes accidents happen, or you know, I don't know, people just, you know, if I let's say I'll say this, I think of myself as a nice guy, but sometimes when I'm in traffic, I get road rage, right? And sometimes I think to myself, like, damn man, if I had a fucking gun right now, I'll blow this guy's fucking brains out, you know, right here, right now. I don't give a fuck, you know, and I'll go home and sleep like a baby, you know.
I'm going to give you an example. I'll get into it like this.
So it's not good to have a gun, but yeah, go on.
I'll be the first one to say it. And I want to get to your comment in a second, Callie G's, because you're super intense about this. I am not allowed to own a gun legally. And you know why?
Because you're a felon.
For good reason. Honestly, for good reason. Some of us shouldn't be allowed to have fucking guns because we're fucking nuts and we'll use them.
Yeah.
You know
exactly.
what I mean? So I'm totally for the Second Amendment and everything, of course. But what I'm saying is, me as an example, I understand why I'm not allowed to own a gun legally. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I understand. I knew the rules and I broke them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you said, I am a hothead. I'm a little off my rocker.
Yeah.
So it might not be a good idea for me to have a gun on me.
That's the Italian in us. You know what they say about the Italians, right? Or maybe the Sicilians, but they think it's Italians. They say our blood runs hot because our hearts are big. You know?
Yeah.
We're very high, very emotional.
Yeah. And this Kelly G said, that's not true, dude. I've had to use my gun in 2 defensive shootings. Just never asked me. Well, listen, if that's true, bro, then it's not the gun you need. It's a lifestyle change. I'm being honest with you, because no regular person should be involved in shootings, plural. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there should be what are you doing that you're in
Exactly. You're not living your life right if that's happening. But sometimes, you know, people fuck with you for no reason.
Yeah, but I mean, the average person, bro, is not.
No.
And listen, like, for instance, I know a lot of girls and shit, and not just girls, some weak men that carry guns. And I've told some of them, you better be careful, because you're not going to shoot anybody with that. They're going to take it from you, and they're going to kill you with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the problem. You know, depending on who you are, you don't belong, because if you're not really prepared to use that, and nobody knows if they are until it happens.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
I didn't know. A lot of people don't know until the time comes. So what you're doing is you're introducing a gun into a situation where there might not have been a gun. You know what I mean?
You would have less charges or no charges. But yeah,
in other words, well, no, like somebody might, let's say somebody mugs a girl, snatches her fucking purse. You know what I mean? And she pulls a gun. There's a good chance the dude is just going to take the gun and shoot her with it. And not just the woman, weak men too. I know a lot of men, bro, that rely on their guns, but they've never had to use a gun. And I've told a couple of them, bro, be careful, because you're not a shooter and somebody is going to take that gun and shoot you with it.
Just try to get distance, man. If you're going to pull it, you just try to keep your distance from whoever you're trying to shoot. I'm not trying to give no advice on that shit, but you always got to try to keep your distance so they can't grab for it.
Yeah.
You have time to pull the trigger, but I'm not saying go do that, guys. It's not cool. You know, but if you got to defend yourself, you got to do what you got to do. But sometimes it could just be a fist fight or an argument. It doesn't need to be a fucking shootout, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's not a lifestyle change. I was in my Mustang and somebody tried to carjack me in front of my house. How is that a lifestyle thing? I live in California, dude. It's violent out here.
Yeah.
Well, you said shootings. You said defensive shootings, bro. You said plural. You know. And like,
that's rough, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'll give you an example, okay? This place I was working at before I got fired.
Yeah.
This hillbilly motherfucker that worked there. I never saw a company like this. This was such a backwoods, like just a redneck fucking owned and operated company. This motherfucker Kyle would walk around the plant in the mornings with an AR-15 because he wanted to show it off to everyone. Now, this guy was a maniac with a fucking crazy temper. A crazy temper. And I said to him one day, I said, Kyle, all you're telling me by carrying that gun is that we're all allowed to carry ours too in here. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be caught in any situation where you have a gun and I don't.
I mean, that's the gun of all guns, the fucking AR-15.
Yeah, and he was a nut. He would build them and stuff. And he was one of these guys that sat around and talked about how, my guns, my guns, my guns.
I
need
knew a
them
kid like that.
And
Yeah.
he built a whole arsenal. This dude had an arsenal in his house. Meanwhile, Gunsmoke, he lives in the middle of no fucking where. Okay, there's no crime where he fucking lives.
Yeah.
He will never in his life need to use one of those guns, but it's paranoia and fear with a lot of people.
Those are the most people with the guns. They're in the fucking backwoods. They got no reason for them.
There's a lot of people with paranoia and fear of things that aren't gonna, that most likely aren't gonna happen. But like you said, on the other hand, it's better to be caught with one than caught without one. I don't knock anybody's gun rights, bro. I know that.
The problem is, man, we grew up in America, and in the past, I'd say, I mean, it's always been a violent country, but I'd say since Hollywood came on the scene, and with Hollywood movies glorifying violence and murder, everything's murder and sex and fucking somebody over about money. Or you turn on a video game, you got kids watching cartoons, and you see Bugs Bunny bopping somebody over the head with a fucking mallet, or Elmer Fudd with a shotgun, or you play video games and you're fucking shooting somebody to death with a fucking AK-47, or you turn on your music and you got people rapping about murdering guns and shit like that, and or cheating on your boyfriend and cheating on your husband and fucking. That's the country we grew up in, bro. That's how you're raised from day one. I mean, so it's a very violent country. So I could understand why you need guns, but the less people have them, the better we're all off.
Let's see. Gun violence by criminals 50 years, run by Democrats. Here we go with this horse shit, with the fucking politics. Dude, the Second Amendment says you can own as many guns and ammunition as you want. Yeah, okay, Kelly G's. That's exactly what it says. Bro, don't bring that political shit in here. I don't want to hear it. Take it somewhere else. I don't care about that nonsense, bro. And I don't want to hear any of that far right wing shit. So,
guns aren't for everybody.
Thanks anyway. So anyway, no, listen, bro, I'm a fucking fan of guns. I don't knock anybody's right to own a gun whatsoever.
No.
I just think it's funny with some of these guys who are never in any fear of needing one. They're always the ones with the most. You know what I mean? Because there's a real paranoia, a real fear. An irrational fear that all these people are coming to get you. And a lot of this media drives that shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's always somebody that's coming to get you. It's the Mexicans from the southern border. It's the Muslims from the Middle East. It's this, it's that. It's like, okay.
Well, I don't want them coming into this country unchecked either. I mean, there's got to be a system where they come through, where they're not just flooding through, because then eventually you're not going to recognize this country in 100 years, 50 years. I mean, I want us to stay American. I mean, I want people to come here and become American like they used to. Come here and love this country more than the country you left,
Yeah, I see it funny about Kelly G's, go fuck yourself, bro. Leave. I don't want you here. I don't care what you have to say, man. Honestly. I don't care. I'm no fucking liberal, dickhead. Fucking guys, they think they know me. I'm so far from a liberal. You hear the way I fucking talk, the words I use? I'm no liberal. That's for goddamn sure. I'm somebody with common fucking sense, bro. And I don't see the world in black and white like you do.
Yeah.
And you won't ruin me in any debate, my friend. Trust me. I got news for you.
My voting has been very diverse. People would be shocked about the people I voted for. Like,
you gotta be, bro. You gotta be an independent, bro. If you're a fucking straight left winger or a straight right winger, then you know what I mean. Like you can't be a one issue.
You're not being an honest person if you're just just one way. I mean. They're both radical on both sides, man. I don't know.
To an extent, yeah. Well, there's radical sides on both sides. You know what I mean? Like there's radical. They go, bro. It's gone crazy. It's all gone crazy.
It's out of control now, and the media is fueling it, though. The media is fueling it with their bullshit.
Yeah, and it's the whole, the just the politics behind it. It's a stupid fucking thing. Like I'm down for anybody's rights to own guns. Absolutely. Listen, I'm somebody in my life who never wanted to be without a gun. But there's a difference between me and my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like in other words, I was always in fucking danger in a situation where I needed it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the guys, the guys to me that are the most intense about this shit, they're driven by paranoia and fear, shit that they see, you know, on TV and all that stuff. And you know, hold on though. Let me see something. Here, I'll drop the link for him. You ready?
For who, Callie?
Yeah.
I love Callie, man. Callie's a good guy, man. I think it's a misunderstanding.
Well, bro, listen, I didn't start it. I can't stand that fucking lunatic shit when they start fucking preaching about the Second Amendment.
People are passionate about politics, and I agree. You know why we have the Second Amendment, right? Because before we were the United States, the British were confiscating everybody's fucking guns in New York and everywhere else. They were confiscating people's guns. So when we did create the country, they made sure to put the Second Amendment there that every fucking person has the right to own a gun, just in case their government becomes tyranny or tyrannical, and people have the right to create groups, militias, and fight back. That's what the Second Amendment is for. It's not for you to go into fucking McDonald's with a fucking 357 Magnum and, you know, show it off and get into an argument with somebody and blow their brains out, you know?
Yeah.
It's to protect your property and your rights against a tyrannical government. That's what it's for.
I'm gonna have him on here and just laugh at him because, bro, I don't do this politics shit.
Yeah, I do, but I don't want to get into it because people are so like, you know, it's 50-50 out there, so you lose either way.
It's not worth it for me to get.
It's not worth it. No,
it doesn't even make sense.
That's not what our show's. Well, your show's about anyway. So,
yeah,
or my channel either. So,
and nobody's changing my mind. You know what I mean? Like, and first of all, they don't even know my real stance, and I don't care to.
Nor should they.
Yeah, I don't care to change their mind. Everybody can be whoever they are.
You're never gonna change their mind.
I know. What's up?
What's up, buddy? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, look, man, I'm not a Republican. I just want to defend myself on this one. You got to understand some things, dude. California is a lot different from other places, okay, for many reasons. Another reason why it's really different is they let criminals out on the streets routinely for crimes, okay, and we have the highest crime rate we've ever had in the history of our state right now. So here's an example. Just 3 weeks ago, across the street from me, a random guy running from the cops crashed in front of my house, broke into my neighbor's house, and they had to use one of those military-style police vehicles that I don't agree with, by the way, to extract the guy. And it was my friend's house that he ran into, okay? And my friend wasn't home, but the dude trashed my buddy's house. And what I'm getting at is if the guy went 2 doors down, I'm at home with my 45. And, you know, I don't walk around like a cowboy, but it's on me. And because 100% of home invasions happen in the home. Okay. So I live in reality. Okay. I've been shot and it's fucking horrible. And, you know, and I've also had to get involved in a shooting because someone tried to steal my car in front of my house, dude. This is like, I had a 93 Cobra with chrome rims, teal paint, and some guy just decided he was going to take it from me. But the problem was he didn't chamber around and he pointed his gun at me. And I knew it wasn't loaded. So things happened. I can't get into the details, but it's fucked up. And nobody died. But I was glad I had my gun that day because what if I didn't? As soon as he saw me with a gun, it was like his power monopoly was over and the fear of God was in him. And, you know, that was one of the best feelings of my life because he was going to take everything away from me. And people don't understand. The Second Amendment doesn't mean everyone runs around to McDonald's with a gun on them and all this shit. But I'll tell you what, I've been carrying a gun for 25 years without incident in public. I've been in road rage incidents, and it makes me more respectful for other humans because I know the chaos I can cause. I walk around with Ford. What? Go ahead.
But I support your right. I don't understand what your argument is.
What my argument is the guns get so vilified in the media, and people are so worried about citizens carrying guns that they forget that criminals, people we used to be, don't give a fuck about the laws, and they have guns on them all the time. So unless you've had a gun pointed at you when you don't have one on you, I don't expect you to understand, man, because it doesn't become
Oh, you
real
think I
until it
haven't?
becomes real. No,
How
I'm
would
just,
you?
well, didn't you wish you had a gun with you that day?
Yeah, but bro,
Well, that's
not
the
an
answer.
argument.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Why not just have one on you? I don't understand what the fear is.
You heard? There's no fear. I believe.
I know
in
you're a
guns.
felon. I know you can't, but I'm saying the average human is afraid of guns, and they've never even used one,
Well,
or
nobody
they've
should
never
be
been
afraid of
trained with
guns.
one.
It's a big responsibility, and a
It
lot of
is.
people
Look
are
at
irresponsible.
what happened with Jimmy Calandra's friend. You know, I told you I'm a firearms trainer.
Yeah.
Be quiet, Ray, okay? And I guarantee you what happened with him is he had his finger on the trigger instead of on the trigger guard. And he was on drugs, and he accidentally shot that lady. And that's fucked up. But I teach that in my classes. I only have 9 students, God forbid. I just started doing this. But if I can save one person's life by teaching them how to properly carry a firearm on them legally, that's all I care about. I understand felons. I've told you before, if you're a violent felon and you've done gun crimes, you should never get a gun again. But if you committed a crime when you were 17 and you're 42 and you can't own a gun to defend yourself, that's bullshit. I just don't think, I think we forget how valuable our lives are until we have to use a gun to defend our life. You know, we live in a fantasy world.
Well, listen, like I said, there's no argument as far as supporting gun rights. I love guns. I always have. The only thing I was saying is I clown people who think that the world is such a dangerous place that every man, woman, and child should be carrying a fucking gun because they're always in danger. It's
But
just
imagine
not
if
true.
everybody had a gun and criminals knew everyone had guns on them. Imagine how many times criminals wouldn't do things. Like, look in New York.
right.
They have home invasions because you can't own a gun without a permit there. There's lawsuits trying to change the laws. Guys that can just break into houses and know that no one's going to shoot them. You know, that's ridiculous. So, you know, the average citizen should be armed or at least know gun safety. So if they see a gun, accidents don't happen. That's all I'm saying. I live a much safer life. I feel so safe when I leave my house knowing that if something happens to me, I have the tools on me. I look at my gun as a tool. The world is a big workplace. You know, we're in a big workshop together, and you need tools in that workshop. And, you know, if you don't have a hammer, you can't hit a nail. And I'd rather be caught with it than without it, because if you get caught with it, it's just a misdemeanor if you're not a felon. And then they drop it because you claim Second Amendment and federal Trump state. Been there, done that. So that's why I carry without a permit. I don't give a fuck because I have a good lawyer and I have insurance, and my insurance covers everything. Firearms Legal Protection. It's a great company. But vilifying gun owners and calling them Republicans, look, dude, I hate Donald Trump.
No. I didn't say Republicans. I never said Republicans. I said far right wingers who fucking push the paranoia onto people. Like,
I'm not like that. I want gay people to defend their marijuana crops with AK-47s while getting married, bro. I'm all about freedom, dude. You have no idea.
There you go. Yeah, I got no problem with gun ownership. I'm clowning the people like my fucking silly ass boss. Who,
there are some people like that. Oh yeah, I've met the hillbillies and the people that think that, you know, everyone's coming to get them. No, it's, you know, I get what you're saying, but I'm not one of those guys. You know, I'm just not.
It's one thing if you have reason to believe you're going to find yourself in a bad situation, but this lunatic would walk around our job with a fucking AR-15, and he was a lunatic, bro.
That's retarded. Yeah, no, that's retarded, dude. No way.
Yeah, anything would make this guy snap. And I'm thinking,
I don't do that. Those kind of people, like, see, that's another thing. If they are going to have gun laws, the only thing I would say is they need to be more of a evaluation on people's mental state before they buy guns, because it's difficult to buy a gun in California, but they don't look into your, you know, if you've been diagnosed as schizophrenic or anything like that. They should start looking into that. Every single mass shooting that you see on the news has one thing in common: they're all on antidepressants. But nobody wants to address that. You can name any shooting, even the one in Vegas. Every single shooting, the guy's on antidepressants, which makes you not give a fuck about human life. I've been on them. That's why I smoke weed. You know what I mean?
Bro, I've been on antidepressants my whole life, bro. I care.
And they make you feel like shit, you know. And I didn't want to feel like that anymore.
Yeah, but they don't make me fucking heartless. I care about human life.
Well, you're a stronger person. A lot of people are. You want a kitty cat, Ray Ray? Go in there with the cat. It's my
The
daughter.
red wants to come on, bro. Hang on.
I took a Xanax one time. I wanted to hug the world, man. I love everybody.
I mean, that's not everybody, but yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. You know, antidepressants, I just had to get off them because I liked them a little too much.
Yeah.
What's up, Red?
What's up, gentlemen? How are we this evening?
Good, good. I'm gonna let you guys speak for a minute. I gotta go step away for a sec.
I was talking, so you guys go. What's up, Gunsmoke? I just wanted to say hi to you, brother.
Yeah, what's going on, Kelly G's? I always see you in the chat, man.
I'm always there for you, dude. You know, it was a trip the other day, you know, on Lee's show, but it was awkward for both of us. You know, I had to apologize because I've said some pretty horrible things to Lee, and I really can't live with some of the stuff I said. I said bad stuff, and but you know, I'm not a big fan of him, but you know, I'm not ever gonna mess with him again. I just feel bad. Some people set themselves up, and he's probably going to get in lots of other stuff and without me. So I don't think he needs my help.
No, I mean, it's gone too far, and I just feel bad for the guy because he's gone through so much this past couple of years with his family life and his life, and this is the last thing he needs is this bullshit.
Yeah, I wish him nothing but the best. You know, a lot of people are like conflict and like to argue. He just seems like a guy that's probably a good guy that just argues with people. That's all.
Well, he's very defensive. I got that when I was speaking to him. Like, if I disagree with him a little bit, he was quick to try to hang up.
I know.
On me
that was like walking on eggshells.
Call me pathetic or whatever. You're pathetic now. You're not choosing sides.
Yeah, I know. It's just, look, you know, everyone thinks I'm a bad guy because I like Jimmy Calandra, but you know what? Yeah. I'm not a tough guy mobster that was a made man. And if you don't like that I like Jimmy, that's your fucking problem.
Exactly. I will never.
I think Jimmy's a good guy. You know, everyone should have a second chance. And I feel like, unlike some mobsters, Jimmy used his second chance wisely. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
And he has a great message, you know. He's not like these other jerk offs trying to.
Yeah, he tells you, don't do this dumb shit. What I did was fucking stupid. I really, really appreciate Jimmy's message. You know, he's out of all these guys. Fat Bald Sicilian and Jimmy are the only people I'd let my 17-year-old listen to.
Because, you know, when I first started my little series, I tried to remain neutral. I just wanted to document these guys going at it.
Too hard, bro. When I went on, it's too hard. Like when I went on the show the other day with Lee, I told myself I'd never go on his show. But one of the first things I had to say was, hey, I'm not going to talk bad about Fat Bald Sicilian. I'm not going to let him bait me into that shit. Like he tried to do that with you.
Yeah, like I mean, like with my series, like my Jimmy C versus everybody series, I just try to document like them going at it. But then, as
I mean, he doesn't even like that you blew his fingers off. He keeps getting mad about that shit. That's hilarious, dude.
He's mad because I made Jimmy Clint Eastwood.
Do you know how much fucking weed I smoke to your videos? You have no idea, bro.
I'm smoking weed while I'm making them. I'm smoking weed while I'm
smoking that shit right now. Why do you think I got the camera off?
Yeah, man.
I was late getting on because I had to finish my bond.
Yeah, so as far as the gun debate goes, I guess there is no debate. But, you know, I just want to let you know where I stood, though.
No, my only point was this, bro, and I feel bad for Red. Red, I'll get to you in a second. My only point was this. There was really no disagreement other than this. What I'm saying is, and if you do firearms training, I'm sure you can agree, some people shouldn't, they're putting themselves in more danger with a gun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, like I know people on the street, bro, that have had their guns taken from them, and luckily they made it. But you know, the wrong person will take your gun and kill you with it if you're not ready to use it.
No, I know, dude. I know. Like my wife is an example. She hates guns, and I had her shoot a little 32 revolver I had. I bought the revolver from that movie, The Irishman. I have it. It's a little 32, the one that De Niro. Yeah, I have that exact gun. It's a Model 31. It's a 1962 Smith & Wesson. And I was like, you know, honey,
beautiful.
Look, De Niro uses it in The Irishman. It's not loud. It doesn't kick. Man, she almost broke her hand with that thing. So she's not a gun person. I tried.
Yeah, bro, I knew a little tiny girl, man. This girl, Gretchen. Fucking adorable. You know what I mean? And she would walk around. She was like maybe 21, 22 years old. And she would walk around with a fucking big-ass 9mm in her purse. And I'm like, Gretchen, you're fucking crazy because, listen, like, just have, you know what I mean? Like, have somebody else. Because she was a bartender, so she was afraid to go to her car. Understandable. I was like, have somebody walk with you because if the wrong person, before you even get to point that gun at them, they're going to take it from you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then if they don't have a gun originally, now they do. So
I'm telling you, man, one of the reasons why my son and I started getting in shape, because we were both actually really fat a couple years ago, really fat. And one of the reasons why was I couldn't shoot any of my guns comfortably. I had no grip strength. So now that we're in better shape, you know, it's like if someone did try to take it from me, I feel like I have a chance. But dude, if someone grabs your gun and you're not paying attention, you're fucked. You know, especially if you carry it in your waistline like I do. I have a holster. If someone tries to wrestle you and like grab you around your waist, they're gonna have their hand right around your weapon. So that's one of my biggest fears. That scares the fuck out of me, is getting shot with my own gun. So I take precautions for that, but you just never know. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely.
That scares me more than anything. I'm not afraid of other people as much as I'm afraid of someone getting to my gun. So the gun I have has a grip safety on it. And unless you're holding it completely by the grip safety, it won't go off. And if someone took it from me, that might give me an extra second to not get shot, you know?
That's a good idea.
Whereas with a Glock has no external safety. And if someone grabs it, they can just fucking shoot you with it in 1 second. That's you know,
well,
that's fucking scary, dude.
When people are trained like you're trained, that's, you know what I mean? It's a different story. But a lot of these people, you know, they just go out and buy a gun and they think they're ready to use it.
No, it's true, dude. It's very frightening, bro. They come to these classes and they come to the thing with me, and it's like you see them, they're muzzling everybody. They're pointing their gun, whether it's loaded or not. The muzzle's in the wrong direction. You have to have the muzzle at the ground or in the air. They don't understand that. That scares me. I have to clear their weapons for them a lot. That scares the shit out of me. But yeah, it can be frightening. Really, if there's any laws added to that, maybe a law where people are recommended, you know, 1 hour of basic training. Learn how to unload a weapon, learn how to load a weapon, and learn how to take it apart. And in 1 hour, you can learn all that stuff. But not knowing anything, fuck yeah, dude, that's super dangerous. That's like throwing an AK-47 at a monkey and expecting him to fucking ride a motorcycle with it.
I actually saw a video of it, a monkey with an
I know, that's where I got that from.
Yeah, that was a good video. I like that shit.
That video is classic. It's like in South America or something. The look on their
real
faces.
too.
I thought it was real at first, dude, and I'm like, no way, dude. Fuck that.
Of all people, of course, fucking Gunsmoke all that video.
Gunsmoke, you got to make a video of that.
I gotta find it. Yeah, I'll try to incorporate that. It was cool.
I want to get you in here, Red. What's up?
Not much, man. Just enjoying the conversation.
Oh, all right, cool. I didn't know if you wanted to make a point about what we're talking about. Or...
Well, I mean, not necessarily, but just I don't own pistols. I just own bolt action military issue rifles. So that I've never even owned a pistol.
What are you shooting, deer with that, or just for home protection?
No, just oh Jesus, those things are a little too long and a little too shoot a hole through your wall and like somebody else's fucking wall to use for home defense. Usually just target shooting and fucking around.
Yeah.
Oh hell, man! Everyone knows the sound of racking a bolt action rifle.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. I think his internet is inferior, brothers. This is like one of them AT&T commercials when the lady looks at the baby and snubs the newborn. Your internet is inferior, brother. You need to holler at Comcast.
Who are you
what,
talking
mine?
about?
Oh, there you are. Yeah, I couldn't see you. It was like timing out on your thing.
What the fuck? Can you hear me though?
Hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Fucking T-Mobile.
Gunsmoke, your name is Gunsmoke. What are you on?
What?
Yeah, what's up with that, Gunsmoke? You got a 45 on your label and everything. What's
All right,
up?
let me explain how I got Gunsmoke the Dawn going.
I was meaning to ask you that. This is awesome.
Story time.
Perfect.
So
let's go.
If you've seen my channel, my very first videos, you obviously all Tupac stuff. So obviously I'm a big Tupac fan. I basically pray to the guy like he's Jesus, right?
I'm a huge Tupac fan, but do go on.
I've been a fan of his since probably the day he died, because I was 11 or 10 years old when he died. So I was a little young.
I was in a pizza place sacking up weed in a side room when a customer called me and told me that he got shot. September 13th. I was 97 or 96. Yeah. 96. Well, he died a week later. That's right. Yeah, that's crazy.
Exactly. Yeah. So you know that. So now in 1999, they released a record, Biggie Smalls, like a new album, and on the album there was a song called Dead Wrong. And in the beginning of the song, he goes, relax and take notes while I take totes of the marijuana smoke. Throw you in a choke, gun smoke, gun smoke. And
there it is.
Me and my friends, we were like in 9th grade, and we used to fucking love that song, man. We used to always rap every word to that song in school, and it just stuck. We would always say, gun smoke, gun smoke. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to call myself Gunsmoke. And I like Tupac. And right before Tupac died, he was calling himself Machiavelli the Don. So
that's
it's kind of
dope.
like
there it is.
Homage to both of them. That's what Gunsmoke the Don is. It's just an homage.
Bro,
to
that's
Tupac
actually solid. Those are my 2 favorite rappers ever, bro. That's solid.
Yeah, legends, man. So that's my homage to them. That's what my name is. It has nothing to do. I mean, I guess it does have something to do with guns because they both died by gunfire. But you know,
but that's dope that your name is. I mean, I was waiting to hear that story. I actually, wow, that's pretty awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Are you Gunsmoke? Is your record clean? If you don't mind me asking.
Yes, it is. I had a driving with a suspended license in 2005, and I got a ticket for public urination on the roof of a Toys R Us.
Nice.
That was the most expensive piss I ever took. $50.
I took a piss on the Bay Bridge, bro, when they were finishing the construction a couple years ago, and the highway patrol saw me and just shook his head at me.
Gunsmoke, you can own a gun legally, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in New York, it's kind of harder.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you ain't going to get one in New York, dude. The laws are going to change, though. There's a big court case going on right now.
Because we need gun ownership.
New York is too crazy with that shit.
Well, it's nuts because the case is that there's a guy, he's a lawyer, and he goes, okay, well, so I can only legally have my gun at home or at the shooting range. So does that make me a felon when I go to the gas station? So right now, that's why that case is getting heard, because New York doesn't have an answer for that. So they're either going to have to allow everyone to have permits, or they're going to allow everybody to carry weapons on them, which is what the Second Amendment allows in 38 other states, by the way.
I forgot about my knife charge. I had a knife charge. I paid another $50 for that too. And they
that's no bueno.
The cop tried to put a fake weed charge on me because the car smelled like weed. It wasn't even my car.
Oh, God.
I had the weed in my shoe though. And they still gave me a ticket, a summons for it, but the judge dismissed it. And then he said, how do you plead to the knife? And I said, guilty. And he $50 charge. Boom. So that's my record there for you.
Yeah, I got 6 days time served for fucking some stupid bullshit weed ticket I got in the 90s, man. That's the only shit that's on my record besides the 28 pounds. I got that charge dropped when I was in the city. And thank God. But yeah, man, I've been lucky and I did most of my dirt. Too. Yeah, but the thing is the one time I did get caught with that 28 pounds with the dude, fucking what happened? I'm with somebody. If I was by my fucking self, see, I was at my house and he asked me to come over there and help him. If I would have just stayed home, none of that shit would have happened.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm gonna let Red, you want to stay on or what?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll stay on for a few more minutes. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go.
I'm actually gonna have to go, brother, because my daughter's she's bedtime for her. So, right, I appreciate you guys, man. It's good talking to you, and actually, we all learned a little bit of something, and we stayed off of the MobTube drama, which is even better.
It was a good discussion, definitely.
Yep, absolutely. We don't need MobTube to have this show run, brother. You have a great show all on its own. You don't need that shit. You don't need none of these punk ass bitches. Dead serious. You don't need them. You have a good show. You could talk about fucking candy bars and we would listen. It's gravy, dude.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Take care, guys.
Later, Callie.
Peace.
Later.
Hit the like button, goddammit.
Yeah, everybody hit the like button, please. So what's up, Red? I never really got to hear from you. What's the deal?
That's all right. I'm not the fucking chattiest guy on the face of the earth either.
You were on Lee's show once, right?
Yeah, I was. Okay. He was talking an enormous amount of shit about me on his show, and he was like, "You're a coward. I'm gonna put this thing on the, so you can come on." I was like, "All right." So I came on. Wrong? What's that?
What'd you do wrong? Why are you a coward?
Oh, because I was fucking talking shit in the chat.
That's what people do, though.
Yeah, man. No, he singled me out for special treatment, and I came on. And what was funny is as soon as I came on, he started kissing my ass. I mean, I'm surprised you came on. Thank you very much. We should do a show together. Nah, I'm cool, man. Appreciate it, though.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back and listen to the video he did tonight. I didn't get to listen to it, but because I think he dropped it at like 9:30.
I'm sure it sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. But,
I'm not even paying attention to that shit anymore, man. I'm not gonna watch his videos. Like I'm tapping out.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I don't know, man. It seems like everybody's taking a side, but it is what it is.
Which they shouldn't, you know.
It's so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. I mean, for God's
these
sake.
are like different mob families, even though there's like nefarious characters in the background pulling strings, but
there's different factions. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let's play a game. Let's see who is on. Let's break this down. Okay, there's two sides here. Right?
Yeah.
Who's on what side now? Let's just say we take. Did you see the thing, Gunsmoke, that Gene Borello posted that Lee has been with them this whole time?
Yeah, I saw that. I definitely saw it on IG. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say Lee is on that side. Okay.
Lee doesn't apologize for that. He said Gene has a big, he's hung and this and that, and he doesn't apologize for being. He said it yesterday when I was on the phone with him.
Wait. Let's roll that back real quick.
You don't remember that? He said it twice.
Say that he just said that Gene was hung?
Yeah, he said it worse than I said it though. He said it worse than I said it. But yeah, let's not make a big controversy out of this now. It's on the fucking tape. Play the tape.
That's fanookery.
Gunsmoke doesn't want to get caught up.
Play the tape. He said it twice, and then they were saying how he's a great guy. So I know he's Team Gene.
All right, so let's just say that, okay? Because we have reason to believe that now. So he's Team Gene, right?
Yeah.
So we'll just call that the A-Light side.
Yeah.
Okay? And then we'll call the other side
Team Jimmy.
Yeah, I guess we'll go with Team Jimmy. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's going to be people like MRE who are in the middle, who are not on either side. Okay, because he wouldn't be on either of those sides.
No, he wouldn't. He's a neutral. He's like God, basically. He's in the sky.
Yeah, we could rule him out. So who's on what side as far as like all of I guess we can't go with all the subscribers and shit, but we could do a poll, I guess.
All right,
I'll tell you what.
I guess press 1 for Jimmy, press 2 for.
Yes, guys.
There you go. There you go.
One for the Jimmy side, 2 for the A-Light side.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Thank you, Carlos Muniz. Thank you. Disgraziata.
Tonto the Prag.
Why are you guys not in on this? 1 for the Jimmy side, 2 for A-Light side. Who's on which side?
There you go, duck fart. I see you, duck fart.
All right, I don't think the commenters want to get 3 if in the middle. There you go.
Okay, because
okay, there we go.
Lee too. I like Lee, man.
Because there's no need to take sides.
There is no need to take sides.
But it seems like that's what's going on. So if you don't take a side,
we're all here to document this mob shit. These
Anthony Sparrow says he's on the A-Light side.
Oh, okay.
Avian crime family.
Even though he called you Sparrow instead of Spiro.
Oh, but I know why. I got it. I think I know why, because you're Anthony Sparrow. So you wouldn't be on Jimmy's side? Is that
no? Yeah, there you
He's
go.
in jail.
5 for FBS. He's in jail. 1, 1, 1, 1. It looks like most of them are 1. There's still not that many. Which side am I on, Raymundi? We're not sure yet. You created your own side.
He's on Raymundi's side.
If you're on Raymundi's side, hit 4.
We're Stacks. We're Stacks. Stacks would hit 4.
Why not, Damien? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. We ran out of shit to talk about. We're about to get off, so fuck it. Let's see. All right. I'm high as fuck. Who says mobsters don't prosper? Who's on Anthony Raymundi's side? Yeah, who's on 4?
Yo, who's high as fuck?
Mobsters don't. Who says mobsters don't prosper? Says he's high as fuck. SP,
yeah, I feel you.
Eugene, he's on 3. Gotcha.
I feel you, Dirty.
I never support.
These people don't want to take sides here. You see, they love you both, man. I mean,
but you know what though? That's good. I'd rather see that. Because there's no fucking need to.
No, there's not, man. You're both entertaining. Lee is entertaining when he gets all worked up. He's entertaining, man. When he
Even
talks
I
shit.
admit fucking Lee is entertaining.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Anybody who saw Mob Rat's show the other night.
If he wasn't so disingenuous, he'd be entertaining.
Nah, he's entertaining, man. He's just, he's a ball breaker. That's all.
He's the antagonist and all this shit.
And he's necessary, though. He's like a necessary evil. I told him that. I look at you guys all as characters, and he's like a necessary character. MRE has his place. You have your place. And then on the other spectrum, you got Jimmy and all the other mob rats going at each other.
Yeah.
There's two sides to mob tube, You got the people documenting it, going at each other, and now you got the mob rats on the other end going at each other. And then they're going after the streamers too,
Absolutely. Look, Anthony Sparrow says I'm on Team Jimmy. I just misheard you.
Okay.
And how did I just switch sides you guys were? What did I just do? I put myself in the middle?
You're doing a little remix here.
What the fuck? All right. This is why Anthony Raimondi is so funny. Look.
What do you say?
Because he's on his side. Four.
Yeah, Raimondi's the only honorable one left.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, this version of him is
yeah.
This guy.
So
man, when is that Raimondi? When is the actual Raimondi going to get busted for stolen valor?
Lefty, you're funny, Lefty. That's exactly what he said too, Lefty.
Yeah, we do, Madman Mike. What did he say? I missed it. What?
No, when I said, look, I'm Team Jimmy. When I told Lee, I'm Team Jimmy. I don't, I never said I wasn't. And he's like, I don't give a damn what you are, man.
Yeah, you do.
You did his voice perfect, bro.
Yeah, well, now I've spoken to him on the phone. I mean, I've watched hours of his shit,
Do that again.
Come on, you cocksucker. Come on, I want to see his fucking face. No, man. Look at this. Another call. Look at this. I'm going to change my fucking phone number now. You got big problems coming, FBS. Huh? What are you going to say?
So tell me real quick before we go.
This is legal.
What's going on with you and Gene Barella right now, Gunsmoke?
I don't think nothing. He was hitting me up on IG, and actually, while we were talking a little while earlier, I saw that messages from the sender were getting erased. So maybe I think he thought twice about what he sent. So like basically, I just put up a new IG page. I never had one before, and then he commented. First, he released that video with Sunny Money calling out my name with disrespect, and then he went on my page right after that on my IG page and left comments on my pictures like, "Who are you?" So then I posted pictures of him as a kid. I said, "This is who I am. This is who I am." And then I posted a little Bollywood video, and then he sent this little troll after me, and we were going back and forth. I was just having fun with him, and then it just stopped. I got tired. I got bored with it. It looks like he stopped. So there's really nothing there. He's very sensitive to this YouTube shit. All you guys are, man. All you guys are just consumed with what people say about you. All of you should be taking it in stride, like being flattered. I mean, you guys are all basically kind of little celebrities now. You know what I'm saying? So that comes with the territory. If people make a video about you, making fun, if it's in good taste, I'm not posting pictures of his family and talking about his kids if he has any shit like that. Not in my videos. I didn't even want to say half the shit I said to him the other night on IG, but he brought it out of me because I'm not going to back down, He's not going to punk me. I'm not going to let him punk me, especially if he's my age. You're not going to punk me, bro. I'm not scared of you, man. Like, you want to talk about who you are? I mean, bro, what rep do you have, man? I mean,
robbing old ladies.
I'm sure he's a tough guy. I'm not going to say that. He worked for tough guys. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to do that, but bro, you ratted, bro. So stop bragging about who the fuck you are, man. Just make your money. You got good stories. I liked the guy a year ago when he came out. I liked him, But he got carried away with his mouth. And I think that's his problem. It's his own worst enemy. And you saw that with what happened with his ex-girlfriend, whatever. He got sent back to jail for dumb shit. It's because of his mouth. That's all. And that was stupid that they sent him back to jail for that. But whatever, man. I don't want to see the guy in jail. I don't want to see him get hurt. But he's just got to calm down with his mouth disrespecting people. He just runs around crazy. You don't see Jimmy doing that to like too many people. I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you,
and I like Hootie. I saw Hootie got upset. I don't know what the fuck, man. I spoke to Hootie, and he's still upset about the videos.
Hootie on the rise, yo.
Yeah, he's mad about that. I thought it was funny, bro. I find it funny. I thought he would have a sense of humor about it. I thought he's like a little character. I like the guy. I think he's the best out of all of them, to be honest. He's the least scumbagish, in my opinion.
I don't think I saw that one, man. I'm gonna have to go back and watch all your videos.
Yeah, the most recent one I made, he commented on it, and I was like, "Yo, bro, I like you the most out of all of them. I want to see you succeed." I think he has potential because he's like a little character, I think it's cool that people make fun of him that he listens to hip hop. I think it's cool that he listens to hip hop. And he doesn't like to be called a mobster, but he is kind of in that lane where he's related to the mafia. So it's kind of funny that he listens to hip hop. That's all. I thought he would find it amusing, but he gets mad about it. So I don't want to,
I don't think people make fun of him because he listens to hip hop.
They do. No, they do.
Oh, do they?
Well, at least some people do.
Well, I listen to it too. So
I listen to hip hop, dude. Shit.
Yeah, and he's from Queens. He grew up in Queens. I mean, how could you not? No matter what color you are, no matter.
Well, he's around my age too, and I mean that era. That's what.
Yeah, of course. So, I'm not. I didn't, go after Hootie too hard. I thought he was a character. I find him funny. I like his stories, and he knew my friend Joey Balls, so we kind of related on that a little bit. I thought that was cool that he knew Joey Balls.
Yeah. Shit, man. I grew up in the middle of a fucking alfalfa field and I listened to rap.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, hip hop became so commercial. Most people do listen to some. I think, who the fuck was it that I was listening tonight? I was listening to somebody tonight who said they listened to some Jay-Z and DM. Oh, Brooklyn guy. Brooklyn guy was even like talking about listening to some Jay-Z and shit like that. Like, so,
I'm a big Wu-Tang West Side Connection guy.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Wu-Tang I love. West Side Connection is dope, though.
Yeah, West Side Connection, that first album was sick.
Yeah, Dub C and fucking...
Yeah, man. Mac 10.
Hell yeah.
I used to bump that shit in my fucking Volkswagen Rabbit.
Yeah, Mac 10 was gangster back in the day. I like Mac 10.
Yeah. All right, guys. I got to get the fuck out of here. I appreciate you guys coming on.
No problem. I got more bong hits to smoke.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You too, guys. Take it easy.
Later, bro. Thanks for having me on again, FPS. I really appreciate you, bro. Yeah, definitely, man. Of course, man. We could do whatever. Yeah, I'll hit you up tomorrow or something. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for for being here, for commenting, for super chats, for everything. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all next time. Salute. Later, guys.